right here.
Give me a sec. We're good on time. Good on time.
Go down some.
No, that's good.
A little lower too.
Benefit of the doubt. Those two.
I don't know about that one, especially with collarbone being out. Quarterback's out for the season.
I'm,
How's
I'm,
yours?
no,
Look
but I
on
feel
yours.
like that was
Mine preference.
So I can't do that.
Oh, and I'm swapping these two. They're gonna get
Look that good.
3, and they're gonna
Yeah,
get
but
4.
for a second, look good.
That one wasn't easy.
I'm not
to
blind.
get.
Really terrible.
You don't think? Yeah.
I've seen these two play twice.
Ready, guys?
Yeah.
I've seen them play once.
Welcome aboard, ladies and
2
gentlemen.
years.
Week 7 high school football game picks here in the great state of Louisiana. We are broadcasting live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana, home of the state champion Opelousas Tigers. Excited to be back for another week of high school football. We're going to make some game picks tonight. Got some takeaways to get through. We're going to do UTL Top 5 this evening. You asked for it. You're going to deliver. We're going to rank these teams 5 to 1. And remember, records can be deceiving. You may have some teams without, not even at the 500 mark, ranked in the top 5 this evening. Power rankings, we're going to talk about it. Got some questions for the panel. And then the very important Week 7 game picks. Mr. Swallow will join us in a matter of a few moments. Welcome everyone into the show this evening. Hit the like, hit the share at this time. It's going to be a lot of fun this evening. I see everyone piling in at this time. So let's go ahead and introduce the panel at this time.
Alex Fondo.
Chris Esprit. Holden. Enoch Brogy.
Hayden Lazard.
And Mr. Swallow will be here in a few moments. Business phone call. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It is rivalry week, and it kicks off the next few weeks. A lot of rivalry football games, and it's gearing up. The colder weather moves in, but the football heats up. It's going to be some exciting times. Still got some homecoming games going on, but we're excited for 2 great matchups this coming week. We're narrowing down. We're getting ready. The road to the Dome is officially started. We got some times of interest and some dates that we have to talk about for those state championships in a few moments. So we are show number 78. 92 teams that we've had a chance to cover in our 6-year span. Gonna welcome 2 brand new ones this week, fellas. Never covered Iota and never covered Westlake before. So excited for that. Also, 50 stadiums we've had a chance to broadcast from. Another one. This will make 51. Heading to Iota for the very first time. 113 total games we've covered in a 6-year span. Well, after Week 7, it will be 115. And ladies and gentlemen, 81 helmets have made it to the display. We want to welcome our brand new helmet this evening. And Holden, where's this helmet from, my friend?
Delhi Charter.
So Delhi Charter makes their way all the way to Opelousas, Louisiana. And welcome to Under the Lights, Delhi Charter, the Gators. Nice helmet. Look like Florida Gators here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Not the bush yankees.
We have to get.
It's not.
We
It's
gotta
not.
get some more teams from up
Right there.
north. Gotta get some teams from up north. I see Alexandria is in the chat. Would love to get their helmet made come this way. But let's check these matchups, Alex. Let's check these matchups real quick that we get the chance to cover this week. Iota Westlake, going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Check those records. Like we said, for the very first time, we get to cover these. So both teams 0-0. Somebody's getting their first win, and we'll be 1-0 with Under the Lights. And this matchup here, heated rivalry. They call this Hate Week. Two teams that really don't like each other. So throw the records out. But we're going to check on those records for Under the Lights. Sacred Heart, when we cover those guys, 3-0. St. Ed's, when we cover those guys, 2-1. So a lot of fun these next 2 days. Looking forward to it. Week 6 had its ups and downs. It was like a crazy week for the picks. Chris Esprit, welcome to the top of the poll. You get your first win of the year. We tied last week, my friend.
A win is a win.
A win's a win. Alex, week 6, a lot of crazy ones in there.
Yeah. Some that I took a chance on that didn't turn out, and some that I took a chance on turned out good. And then you had your normal upsets, didn't see it coming. Yeah, we knew that. So just another week in Louisiana high school football. Never know what's going to happen.
Esprit, week 6, a lot of strange things happen.
Yeah, man. A lot of teams, like I was saying, a lot of teams you didn't expect to win against a team, and that's what we were saying. What, week 1 or week 2, you just never know what a team is, what they look like. It's still early, and now everybody's getting into the groove. You know, you got teams that's ranked high. You know, they gonna drop, they gonna fall. They gotta play each other. Some teams gotta play each other. So, you know, we just get a fresh look at the rankings now. So we'll talk about that later.
And then there is a lot of matchups this week that will decide the district championships. You got some big ones. I'm assuming you can look at Ascension Episcopal, Vermilion Catholic probably will decide the district title. I'd hate to throw Zachary out of it, but Central Baton Rouge and Catholic of Baton Rouge this week very well could decide it. LCA, Notre Dame meet this week, could decide it. I mean, rivalry week, you can call it, but we can also call it the leader of the district race this week for a lot of great games.
Right.
Ain't been here 3 weeks, my friend. What the hell you been?
Vacation.
Nah, sick. Took a little break. Work's been busy, man. Building his house. Been busy, man.
Welcome back. Enoch, week 6 was something special.
It was.
Except the games we covered because they were routes.
Well, I wasn't there for the Friday one. I had one of my best friend's birthday parties to go to. But the Thursday one, yeah, it was a route. But, I mean, it was still fun atmosphere. Kinder treated us very well, as they always do whenever we show up. So, no complaints, at least from a hospitality standpoint, you know.
Hey, got a big win over throw a rock at the school type of deal here. You can hit it. Big win, so quite a lot of things around town. Talk to me about that matchup and moving forward for LCA.
Yeah, it was a big win because it was an LCA win. Every win's a big win. But I'm just glad to have a normal week this week. You know, I know it's Notre Dame and stuff like that, but just a normal week. We had 2 weeks of craziness and stuff like that, so I'm just glad to have a normal week. Go play a game Friday night, whip up on some pios, and move on to the next week.
There you go.
To say it's a normal week against a
down the
team
gauntlet
like
right there.
Notre
What you think, huh?
I mean,
I'm
could be a normal week
thought
for
you were
us,
sticking the
but
pile.
that's a home game.
Yeah.
Gary Swallow, welcome
Hey, guys.
to the chat. Business call, business always looming late in hours, my friend.
I know, and that was a not an expected call, but I had to take care of it.
Week 6 had some fun last week.
Sure did. Had a lot of fun. You know, I'm gonna tell you, they had some wows last week. We were talking about that earlier,
On
and
the Sunday recap
yeah.
show, we talked quite a few games.
that was amazing. But hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to get going.
Yeah, there we go. So let's get this thing rolling. Panel, this is for you. Discussion period. Job, come in and talk about it. Whoever wants to jump in. And it does not have to be no specific order here. 10 takeaways from last week. We start with takeaway number 1. North Vermilion and Como will forfeit Week 7's games after a post-game fight that broke out Turlings and St. Thomas More lose out on their homecoming games. This got to be a teaching moment for a lot of schools across the state of Louisiana. And you never know. This happens in the playoffs, man. Your season's done. Starts on two teams lose out on their homecoming games. Seniors lose out on the game, and it's got to be teaching moments across the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, that's just one thing that you can't have happen. You know, we've seen this in the past, and we talked about it. You know, wasn't a big game for, you know, the long term for both of these teams, but we've seen something like this happen in a game that meant a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a few years ago, this happened in a quarterfinal game
Right.
that sent nobody from that side of the bracket to the semifinals.
We didn't
So-
give up on you, Jake.
Man, you do this in a big time spot, this could do one thing. You could get bumped out of the playoffs because you forfeit against a team that you should have beat, and now you don't get to play it, so you drop in the power points. This can end your season, if depending on when it happens. So, man, the disrespectful stuff, I think, got
gotta
to
stop.
stop. You win the game in the 4 quarters, and after,
And
you
it's
be humble,
not-
shake their
And
hand.
it's not just that game that has the suspensions. We've seen it locally here.
Yeah.
We've seen it across the state, and we've seen it across the country.
Yeah.
This TikTok trend's got to stop.
Yeah, they got videos floating across that they may come to some schools and discipline them for that, you know. But the LHSA, they put a statement out, you know, and you got to follow the rules, you know. They not playing, trust me. They gonna come, they gonna get you for any little thing.
But this is so, you know, I'm old school, I guess. You know, you lose a game, you shake their hand, and you don't do anything. You just go out. This is so childish, and you know, if the coaches need to take control of that, and if they can't take control of that, then they deserve what they get. You know, I'm sorry, I'm old school. I don't believe in that. I've lost many games. I'm part of a program that lost a lot.
Right.
And you know what? You shake their hand and you say whatever. There's no reason for that to happen. And whoever started this, they need to find out and do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. That's the bad thing about social media. There's trends. Kids are going to be kids. They're going to think it's cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, you can say what you want. I still blame coaches for allowing that to happen.
Right.
There's teams like Edna Carr and Warren Easton that hate each other, but they respect each other. You always see those boys shake their hands.
Right.
It's
Right.
coaching. It's
Right.
still, I don't care. It's a kid's going to be a kid, but it's coaching. You should have all those coaches by those kids, and not one should have a towel in their hand, putting belt to butt like that little TikTok trend's going on. I still blame coaches for that.
It's
Well,
discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, the lack of discipline.
And that's a reflection of the coach and the staff, his staff. You know,
I sorry to say that, but it's the truth.
right.
So my question about it is this: does North Vermilion have to forfeit that game now, or is that win gonna still stay on their
The win
record?
stands.
No, the win stays.
The
Wasn't
win
retroactive.
stands.
It wasn't retroactive.
No.
Okay, because normally, if I remember, because it was
If
one
it happened
occurrence.
during the game,
Yeah.
Then it was
would,
retro.
then it would be forfeit.
Well, if it happened if the fight happened during the game, then it's forfeit. But if the ref would have caught that kid doing it in the game, like you said,
Okay.
penalty, 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
That's your first one. I don't know if that works in high school or not, or they get ejected.
Yeah.
You know, but still, it's
Yeah.
a reflection of the coach.
Right.
Yeah, it's
And
just there has to
I'm
be.
more towards the social media part
Right.
myself than blaming the coach about it.
I mean, I think it's definitely both.
Some
But-
corners
but
of it is cancer,
you
man.
you could talk to them until you're blue in the face.
Well, I think it's both,
Right.
but also every team has social media also, and not every team is doing it. So I feel like it's a combination of both, but I feel like coaching is a major part of it.
It is a toxic combination of two things
Well,
that is
I'm not
just to
I'm not
happen.
the type of platform that's gonna bash coaches. So
Well, no, but
I don't think we're bashing.
No,
I just think that
that's just something.
sometimes coaches don't realize everything that's going on. You know, they got a lot going on too,
Right.
and so I think sometimes it just takes something like this to refocus coaches around the state.
that's
into,
why I called
this
it
is
a
what-
teaching moment for
Right.
across the state of Louisiana. And
Fair
it
enough.
sucks that it happened right here to two locals
Yeah.
that I support.
Right. It's a teaching moment for both the student and the coaches, because now how will the coaches handle this? That's important for them to go. But once again, it's a teaching moment, like Jordy said. But these kids have to wake up. They can't do that.
You can very well get into a situation down the road, and I don't. All the facts ain't at the table.
Right.
So I've heard the stories. So that's just we're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
So sorry for North Vermilion, sorry for Como that it came out that way. Never want to have a situation where we're blaming a coach on this platform. So apologize from myself to the programs.
Then you get the two teams they got to face this week.
Yeah.
Without a game.
Turling and
Turlings
STM.
and STM lose out on their homecoming games. So
They're still awarded the win, but they just can't play, right?
Yeah. Correct.
so
That sucks for them because it was both of their homecomings. That would have been a big gate.
yeah, seniors lose out on their homecoming
Lots
games.
of community
Yeah.
stuff going on.
Yeah.
At this point, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
TikTok is running the social media platform
Right now, yeah, it's running
and
rampant.
the kids are doing different trends weekly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it sucks that this situation happened, and we hope it never happens again moving forward because they got some
Sure.
big games down the road
Right.
and
Oh yeah.
could really hurt teams moving forward.
Yeah, you don't want to see that happen, especially with playoff implications and stuff like
And I
that.
think I think the LHSA nipped it in the bud today with their statement.
Yeah, I do too.
They're not going.
They won't tolerate it. That's
Mm-mm.
good.
No, and
That's
the
really
team's
good.
not going to go for
And
it.
with how quickly they came down, like, all right, you're forfeiting the next game and everything like that, like, it was very quick, I feel like, too.
Sometimes that's what it takes to just cut it out, and I think that was a good move.
So state championship schedule has been released. The road to the Dome is officially underway. December 12th through 14th, Thursday through Saturday. New games moved around this year. We're actually going to get 3 games on Thursday, 3 on Friday, and 2 on Saturday. And Saturday, strange to not see a nightcap this year.
Right.
And 3 games on Thursday. I thought it was confusing, kind of difficult for people to travel during the week, work-wise, school-wise. Thoughts on Thursday, 3 games, Friday, 3 games, and Saturday, 2 games, and no nightcap on Saturday.
The Friday has always been 3 games.
Right. Thursday and Saturday.
Yeah, they swapped it
There's
from
no
3
swap.
to 2 and 2. They
I
respectively.
mean, you know what divisions are playing at the time.
Yes.
Select
Thursday noon, Division 4 Select will kick off the Classic, followed at 3:30 Division 4 non-select, and then 7 o'clock nightcap will be Division 3 non-select. For Friday at noon will be Division 2 Select, 3:30 Division 3 Select, and the nightcap will be Division 2 non-select at 7. And then Saturday noon Division 1 Select and 3:30 Division 1 non-select. They put the big boys
Big boys on Saturday.
on Saturday, but 12 and 3:30. I thought this should be a 3:37.
So,
Right.
so me and Alex, Western North Chester, will be playing Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night at 7.
Hey,
I
That'd
hope
be a
so.
heck of a Friday
Hey,
night.
I hope so, man. That's gonna be good. But yeah, and I'm just glad that they got Division 1 back to back. That to me that made
Put
it.
them on the same day.
Yeah, that made it a little special.
I mean, but you look at the Division 1s, like, they superior in the state.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the creme de la creme of
They
everything
have
right now.
them.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
putting
Especially
them up on
this
the
year.
pedestal. They're putting
Yeah.
them up there.
And
That's-
as they should.
Yeah,
They
most
deserve
definitely.
it because this year especially
Because
they are.
it was all screwed up last year.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
this one that mix up. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, it's whatever's good for them. If ever, I'm sure there's reasons behind it. I'm gonna be excited to be watching some football.
I think because they say the Saints has a Sunday game.
Yeah.
Something
you
like
gotta,
that,
you
yeah.
gotta get the field ready.
Right.
Part
Crews
of the,
have to come in,
yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
the hash marks and everything got to be redone. You know, so I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, look, we
Yeah.
played on a Friday, week 1. The Saints were playing the next Sunday. On Friday, all the opposing teams' NFL gear, their trailers were already there. All their stuff was already inserted in. So like they prepare early. So for them to do that is still a lot and very quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Saints better win.
What they playing?
Better.
What they
Making us
playing?
not have a nice Saturday. They better.
So that is
I
the
wouldn't
state
bet on it.
championship
Wouldn't
schedule
bet on it.
has been released, and will be there, Mr. Swallow,
Yes, sir.
no matter who's there.
Good Lord willing, and I'm still alive. I'll be sitting in the end zone.
What am I, chop liver? No, I won't be there Thursday, though.
Yes, indeed. How about we say congratulations to a couple coaches for some milestones last Friday. Coach Lee Doty at Sterlington picks up career win 100 in his 10 years as a head football coach. Not all at Sterlington had some previous stops
really good.
beforehand.
That's really good.
But congratulations to Coach Doty picking up career win 100, and congratulations to Gina, head coach. Coach Rowe picks up career win 100 at Gina High School. So two coaches picking up career win 100.
10
this past Friday.
wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 wins a year for the
That's-
Sterlington coaches.
Yeah, isn't that
Average.
awesome?
So
That's an
hey,
awesome
You
clip.
can't ask for better than that,
It's not
bro.
all at Sterlington.
But still,
Okay,
it's-
but
No,
still,
it's
10
just
years of
10
head
years.
coaching.
yeah,
I mean,
10 years of head coach.
That's
That's
still
even
an
more
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah.
Doing
That's
it
an
in two
impressive
different-
clip.
or
I can-
more
I
than
can-
one place.
I can probably say where he was before. He probably wasn't winning 10 games a season. So when you got the Sterlington, he won.
But of an
13.
average,
Yeah.
12,
Finally,
13,
he's
maybe
went
even
to the
14.
Dome 2 or
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
but as an average, I mean,
Yeah, as an average 10
Boy,
wins.
that
a
is
year.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yes.
Yep.
I'll say shout out to our coach, Coach Chop and Coach Mitch getting their first win
Yep.
Yeah.
last week.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about Iowa's defense holds Xavier Ford under 100 yards, 5 fourth down stops, 1 turnover, and they win player of the game honors for the very first time. We give it to a defense. Thoughts on Iowa and what they did on Friday?
I don't know if anybody in the state outside of Iowa's locker room saw that coming. They might not even have seen it coming, but really cool, and the reaction that they had when you gave them that award was really cool to see. So
Oh, yeah.
hats off to them, and hats off to you for making that call.
Yeah, I think that was Xavier Ford's first game. He didn't rush for 100 yards.
Second.
Second
Second one.
one in his,
He
in his career.
didn't play a full game.
Well, if he didn't play a full game, counted. But yeah, he man, listen, he's good. He's good.
Oh, was it? Oh, God, yes.
But Iowa was just a little bit better that night. They had it on their mind.
When you saw him move left or right, then it's like the whole defense was there. It was unbelievable.
They were
They were
forcing
shutting it down.
Leesville to be one-dimensional, and whenever they had to go through the air, because you had 11 in the box all night.
Right.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of this game, and I had saw that it was what Ford had scored within like 2 minutes,
Oh, it was. We thought it was going to be a.
They marched right down the field,
and I was thinking the same thing you were,
tied the
Gary.
record
I
up.
figured that he would it would be a track meet, just them two shooting it out, and it would be a high score. But the Yellow Jackets put the clamps down on defense after that, and just
It took.
they did exactly what they needed to do.
Okay, Leesville scored in 3 plays. Okay,
Right.
Iowa scored in 4 plays.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
come right back the other way. And it was we were talking about it. It was going to be okay. Track meet city, get ready. And
It was the same thing we were thinking in the Thursday game as well,
Yeah.
because they both scored in their first possession, and we were like, well, this is going to turn into a shootout, but it
Go ahead, Mr.
didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I think I watched the whole game, and it just felt like the script for both teams. Because any team comes out, they have a script of a certain amount of 15, 20 plays that they're going to run, and it felt like the script for both teams was on point. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, but then the adjustment period came up, and Iowa's coaching staff just made those perfect adjustments. You could tell all week that they had to be nailing it in their kids' heads of you're following Ford everywhere he goes, you're going kind of thing. 3 people watching, you got both middle linebackers and the safety. Hey, you're watching Ford every play, and their just adjustments were just killer. Because I saw the first drive and I was like, okay, this is going to be a game. And then Iowa came back, and then it was just like, okay, they felt each other's speed out. That's what it felt like also. Once Iowa kind of got a gist for how fast and how physical Leesville was going to be, they kind of were like, okay, we can play with this.
Moving along, Fear the Veer, ? How about Fear the Pass on Friday night? 5 touchdown passes from Acadiana Wrecking Rams. 4 of them went from brother to brother connection. How dangerous can Acadiana be, adding a huge boost to their offense?
If they can run pound the ball, and pass the ball, look out. That's all I gotta say.
Is that
look out.
Is that the most passing touchdowns?
Probably so.
No.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
What's the
I don't
movie,
think it is. I think the most in the
Lights,
Acadiana
with
history.
Movie Miles,
is-
and he can
I
pass.
think they did it in 2010.
Hey, if
My
they're
buddy
gonna do
who
that,
played on that team.
it
he
just
caught
shows
about 3 of
that
those.
no matter what defense comes at them, if you're gonna try to stop the run, we
They
can
can
sling it
adjust.
on you. If they can do that consistently,
Yeah, they can adjust.
they'll be seeing
They'll
whoever
They'll
they
be
want
right
in the
back
They'll be
dome.
right back
Yeah.
where they
Do
were.
it like that. Just
Well, yeah,
run the air raid. Why not?
Okay, you crowd the box. You put 8
Hey,
men in the box,
it'd be
and
a
they
lot
just
more,
throw it over there,
fun
and
to
then
watch.
You spread it out, and then
lot
guess
more
what? They're
fun.
gonna pound it right up your throat.
Well,
That's
they always had the athletes to do it. It's
Yeah.
just when to do it.
right.
You know, or just,
Oh, I'm amazed with that. I
Yeah.
really am.
you know, then brother to brother. Come on, man. Mom and dad, y'all better do something special to them.
And then there's 3 of them
Yeah.
on the team.
Three.
Yeah.
3 brothers.
3 brothers on the team. I'm gonna mess up the name, but quarterback Caden DeBetta.
There you go. That was
I
good.
got it
That was
right?
right. That was
Yeah.
right.
And then the other 2 DeBetta brothers, man.
They just did better than everyone else.
They
Man.
the better. They the better.
You playing in the backyard, you better throw me the ball. I
I
think they do game playing in the
You
house.
don't get it.
Pre-game in the morning.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That almost reminds me of the Mannings whenever they played at Newman, whenever Peyton and Cooper were there. Fort Bear played them in Newman when we had to play against them. And I'll tell you what, you want to talk about Peyton said he would tell Cooper, go run this. He said, "I'll throw it to
Something I would tell you.
you." So that's got to be how they are. Oh my God.
So we go from the air raid of Acadiana to a running back duel for the ages on Friday night. Harlan Berry and Dedrick Lasty put on a clinic after combining for 870 yards and 14 touchdowns. Lasty had the last laugh. You guys heard?
Huh?
You guys heard? Lasty had the last laugh. 30 carries, 540 total yards, 9 touchdowns, 8 rushing, 1 receiving.
They don't have.
That is
they don't have a
18
player.
yards.
All 4 of them.
They don't have a player.
Yeah, he's little bitty guy.
They have some players in the state
Little bitty.
with those stats right now.
Right.
He had
God.
one.
Yeah, like total.
That is
Right.
18
Unbelievable.
yards a touch. I mean, 18 yards a touch. Yeah, you should score a lot of touchdowns if you're averaging that out for a game.
That's just amazing. I mean, when we looked at that and we saw the score and
Jordan.
everything, I was like, "Oh,
70?
you've got to be kidding!"
76 to whatever the score was. Check the score out while I fix this trash.
What happened?
Probably froze up.
I'm checking.
All right, still moving.
It's still moving, Jordan.
For a signal.
Mine's on. We Gucci. Y'all's all of us off?
Man.
No, mine's
Mine-
buffing. Mine's buffing.
Yeah, it's like frozen right now.
Yeah, I think it's frozen.
We
Not mine. Mine running.
We 70 strong back on the back.
I don't know what kind of phones y'all got.
Okay.
I'm rolling.
73 strong. All right.
All right.
That's Apple telling y'all you need to get a new phone.
Oh, man.
I know. I need to get a new phone. I ain't got.
Never go back to Apple. Never will.
Gary, are you back?
Me neither. Unless
No,
I get
I'm
a
buffering.
golden phone, I'm not going back.
Oh,
There
yeah,
you go.
no.
You can come.
Holden, are you back?
I never left.
Okay.
We good,
We
man.
good.
We good.
We go from the air raid to the running back clinic to the quarterback sensation. Peyton Houston breaks an all-time record after a historic night going 817 passing yards. He had 8 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, set an NFHS record. He also made it on ESPN, according to Interruption. What a night from Evangel's Peyton Houston. The only thing that was the sour taste is they did not win the ball game.
Right.
But
That was
what a phenomenal night stat-wise.
That was a
If
crazy.
he doesn't have offers, he's going to get a bunch more of
He's
them.
got an
He's got
LSU
an
offer.
LSU offer.
Yep. I would definitely hope so.
And he's
'cause
just a sophomore, too.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
I would definitely hope so because put up 800 yards like that, that's like Case Keenum or what's the name of that other David Klingler numbers back in the day. just ripping it for as many yards as you possibly can.
Actually, it's more of the former alum of Evangel, Brock Berlin,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Mhm.
you're right.
and Brock was slinging that thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, he broke the Louisiana record by 200 yards.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
Like
Brock
TJ Finley
TJ
had
Finley, yeah.
620 something yards. He broke it by 200. He
Where
broke
did
it.
Finley play again?
No,
Ponchatoula.
Ponchatoula. There you go.
Does anybody have the things up chat wise?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's anything interesting, let me know while I redo this.
Okay.
More records were broken on Friday. Bunky, sensational seniors broke program records last Friday. Quarterback Dylan Compton broke the career passing yards record that was at 3,010, set back in 2010. He also holds the passing touchdown record set back last year. And Kyle Johnson, the highly recruited Panther, now holds all three career receiving records in receptions, yards, touchdowns. Previously, records were 95, yards were 1464, and touchdowns were 20. He owns all three now, and a lot of season left to go.
I think him
In
and
the
the
field
quarterback-
house after that kid.
I think him and the quarterback is best friend.
And,
Makes a lot of sense.
They are now. They
Makes
weren't
a lot of
before.
sense.
If it wasn't before, they are now.
and
Oh yeah.
Johnson, big time SEC offers, so he's going to be playing some.
Yeah.
Hopefully in purple and gold.
He's going to be
That would be
playing
nice.
some big time football next season. Just depends on where does he go. Does he go to SEC? Does he go to the Big Ten? He's got offers from everywhere. But Bunky, scary good with those two leading the way on offense.
Yeah, as long as he picks what's best for him, can't really complain about it.
Right.
You know.
Ruston extends state's longest winning streak to 19 straight wins, but they do avoid a huge scare to Ouachita Parish Friday night.
That was a scary game for them.
Yeah, very close.
I guess it took
To
them,
the end.
a game to readjust to how Louisiana plays football.
I guess so.
Yeah, used to playing Texas and Arkansas teams. It's like, okay, hold up, looks a little different. in
Hold on, we
Louisiana.
got a rivalry game.
I'm not
right here,
saying it's
or,
better,
or at least
just-
a team that's
just
close to
a little
us.
different.
It was a
I don't know
welcome
if
back
it's
to
a
the
rivalry.
boot.
Right. And then everybody's gonna play them tough. They're gonna play them hard.
We're gonna get everybody's best.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if it was a home game for Ouachita.
It was for Ruston.
It was for, oh well. Yeah.
26 teams stayed perfect after 6 weeks of play. Got some undefeateds playing this week, so that 26 will fall.
Always fun to see who's going to stay undefeated and who has to take the first L of their year.
We got a couple undefeateds playing this year, right? Or just
This
one?
week, there's 2 or 3.
Neville and Ruston, and then AS and BC.
Too far away for that.
We got 2 of
We'll be
them.
making that.
I don't know.
So going down to 24 at least.
Comment. So that's some takeaways. Can we go to UTL top 5 at this time?
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
So the crowd asked for it. Alex asked for it. We did not do UTL top 10 this week. Moving forward, we will do UTL top 5, and we're ranking them 5 to 1. Remember, this is not a 6-0, 6-0, 6-0 type of thing here. If you played a shitty schedule, then I'm not putting you in my top 5. You may be 1-5, and you may fall in my top 5. That's my one of the night. So don't judge me. Don't judge me when you see St. Charles in the top 5 later. Understand?
I'm
Mhm.
doing that.
So this is
I will too.
this is the top
This
5.
is who I
What's
think the
the-
best
the
5
best
teams
five
in the state are right now.
What's the
Yep.
Oh, not because of the
And their
schedule.
Right now.
respective, and their respective division.
Right now.
Right now.
So we're gonna go with what first?
We're going Division 4 non-select first. And we ranked them 5 to 1.
So we'll give.
And
So
that's
you'll do
your
yours, and
order.
then we can give ours afterwards.
Whichever you
That's
want.
your order.
This is my order, and you can come back
I
with
feel like
yours
starting
right
with
after.
Jordy is best. Though.
Yeah, let's start with Jardy
I'm
first.
gonna write it down.
We'll go 5 to 1. 1 means who I think's the best team in the state right now in that respective division.
All right.
Fair?
Fair.
Division 4 non-select. South Plaquemines is at 5 for me. North Iberville is at 4. Mangum is at 3. Jeanerette is at 2. And Haynesville is at number 1. Division 4 non-select, top 5, heading into week 7. Thoughts, concerns? Get after me.
North Iberville's one.
Yeah.
It might be a tad early just because
I gave them number 1 just
They're
benefit of the
fresh.
doubt. You know,
Number
I
1.
like what they're doing.
Yeah, number
You know?
You
1.
have a number 1? Is that what you just said?
It's like 1A and 1B between them and
stick with
General
Jordy's
Ed.
ratings.
yeah. I'm not as bad with Jordy.
So
either.
look, so mine is South Plaquemine,
Mhm.
Haynesville, Welsh. Benefit of the doubt. I know they had some injury issues, but they're still
They just lost their starting quarterback for the year.
Yeah,
well.
he's gone.
They get the benefit of the doubt this week.
You got to throw that in consideration.
They're getting the benefit of the doubt this week. Maybe they still play good. We don't know yet.
Okay.
And then I put Jeanerette in North Iberville. Just a, first week doing the thing and just kind of figuring it out from there.
Are we mad about it?
Nah,
Nah.
go ahead.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah.
There's going to be some ones later on that you're going to be mad about.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
can
well.
guarantee
I know one we gonna all agree on.
I don't know yet.
I'm gonna wait till they get here. I'm gonna tell you.
Division 1. Something like that.
Definitely
nice.
Division 1.
that. Yeah, Division 1.
Just
Yeah.
depends on the order.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, where we going? Division.
Division 4 select top 5 going into this week. There's a lot of teams still undefeated in Division 4 select right now.
Right.
Yeah, they are.
What we going to next?
Division 4 select.
And not everyone
Oh,
made
select.
Not everyone made this top 5. Number 5, Ascension Episcopal will come in at 5. Number 4, Ascension Catholic.
All these essentials.
Yeah, but they got some ascensions there.
Ascension equals good football, apparently.
Number 3, Southern Lab. Number 2, Washita Christian. Number 1, Vermilion Catholic.
I'll give you mine. I like that list. I do.
Real quick, thoughts on the 5.
I like it. I do. I definitely see your reasoning for it.
Your
for
order?
sure.
I would just put Southern Lab at 2 and swap them with Washita Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be.
Any thoughts, concerns?
Not at this point. That's fine.
Garrett?
I think that's you hit number 1 on
You-
the head.
you
Right
three?
there, I think.
I'm great with that.
I like the list. I do.
Yeah.
I'll
You
give
got
you mine.
something
If that's,
different? Go ahead.
I got St. Ed's at 5.
Okay.
I got Ascension. I had it flipped. Ascension Episcopal will be at 4.
Okay.
Ascension Christian. No, actually, no. I'm moving them up to 2. Number 3 is Catholic upon Capee. 2 is Ascension Christian. 1's VC.
And then,
Ascension Christian.
and then
You mean
Ascension
Catholic?
Catholic.
then
Ascension
okay.
Catholic.
Chris,
I bet.
one
That
will
one's
play
on me.
5
That one's on
this
me.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One they play.
Not
Right.
Yeah.
Ascension Episcopal, Vermilion Catholic, 1 plays 5 this week in my
Yeah.
Yeah.
bracket
Right.
here.
Yeah.
And Southern Lab plays Kaplan this week. so-
Kaplan this week.
That's gonna be a good game.
Division 3 9 select. This is where things get enticing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have the right one, number 1.
You're not gonna like it.
Get interesting, Chris.
You're not gonna like it, Lazard. Lazard.
That's more wrong.
What is it?
That's hard.
Lazard.
There you go.
Not gonna like it, Lazard.
That's all right.
Division 3 non-select 5-1. Here we go. ERAF comes in at 5. Pine at 4. Sterlington at 3. Union Parish at 2. Oak Grove at 1.
Okay. You got number 1 right.
These records for this top 3 are deceiving, but I think those 3 teams are the best teams right now in the state in that division.
Yeah.
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 Wanted to give them both.
I mean,
He's
I,
a different, I think.
the 1, 2, and 3.
But it's
That's
difficult though.
straight
You
cut
don't.
for me.
Pine is 5-1 right now, playing some really good football
The way it
towards
is.
their
Yeah, you're
area.
I would swap with E-Rag. I'll put E-Rag a little higher.
Okay.
It's just what they've given so
What
far.
y'all think?
I like it. I think Oak Grove is head and shoulders number 1 in this division for me.
Okay.
And then I would have
St.
I
James
have
is
Gina.
sitting at 6.
I have Gina in
Got
my
Gina
top
in?
5.
I have Gina in.
I had to keep him off because of that St. Frederick loss
Yeah. Yeah. No, no.
and the blowout with Tioga. That's who they lost to,
Yeah.
Tioga, right?
Yeah, I'm
Or
actually
was
taking
it-
my number 5
or was
out,
it
and I'm
Pineville?
gonna put Oak Grove in.
I think Tioga.
Like mine goes 5 Gina, 4 Westlake, 3 Union Parish. I want to see how they do this week against Calvary. And then 2 Erath and 1 Oak Grove.
Okay.
Have
I think that's
Okay.
I'm gonna do
They would be all
Westlake
be
at
in the top
5.
10.
Oh, absolutely.
Westlake at 5. I mean, they lost to a very good ERAF team.
By 1 point.
Yes.
Oak Grove, then Gina, then St. James, and then ERAF.
Ain't no way you have Oak Grove at 4 though. Boy.
Well-
he's on something tonight.
He also had North Naperville at 1, so
Yeah.
let's temper.
He stopped at
I'm
2
just
between
what
you.
I'm doing is I'm taking what they've given so far. I'm not.
He stopped at
You
2
can
between
because you can say talent and all that stuff, and it's all it is what it is. I'm just saying what the teams have given so far, kind of
But
fitting
who's
into.
the best 5 in the state?
Yeah. To me, I look at it as
Oh,
who can beat who on their best, each of them's best
On their
day.
given day.
I mean, I definitely I see the
You see the argument.
I see the argument. I do,
This is-
but I'm ranking
Well,
them as kind of just
you're-
what
you're
they've
about
done so
to- You're
far.
about to really argue me in this next one.
Boy, yeah, the next group, you just
All right.
look out, brother.
What is it?
You're
Let's
going to
go.
really argue me with the next one.
I'm ready.
Division 3 Select.
Here we go.
Coming in at number 5. Catholic in New Iberia.
I don't have them there, but I
Coming
like
in
that.
at
I
number
like that.
4. Lafayette Christian Academy. Coming in at number 3. Bunkie. Coming in at number 2. Calvary Baptist. Number 1. Dunham.
I got Dunham on the
You
Episcopal
want me
at
to go
1 and
first?
2.
Go ahead. Go first. Go first.
Thoughts,
Yeah,
concerns.
I mean, my number 1's obvious.
At least they're in the top 5.
Hey,
I didn't-
I'm
Don't, hey,
having.
listen, don't be biased.
Yeah.
No. I've watched
That's
watched
when-
all of these
That's
cats
when
play.
that's when you're looking at a 2 and 4 strength of schedule. How could you leave out LCA as your top 5? They're one of the
Yeah.
best 5 in the state.
One of the things I've been asking this week, I'm trying to think of who other in our division, what would their records be with our schedule
Correct.
and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
agree.
having seen all of these guys play, all of these teams, I've watched them all at least 2 times. My number 5 is actually De La Salle.
Okay.
They had a really tough schedule and they played really well.
Yes, sir.
My number 4 is Dunham. I'm not as impressed with them, especially defensively and size-wise. I
Okay.
don't think they're there yet. They're still a little bit young. Number 3 is Catholic New Iberia.
Okay. So
they
you're
have-
higher than I am.
They have
okay.
impressed me a lot. And then number 1 and 2, I think, are interchangeable with Calvary and LCA.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a great game. If we get on the opposite sides of brackets and we make it to the Dome, that's going to be fireworks. Think about STM, LCA in 22. That's what you should expect.
Okay. Thoughts?
I like it. That's a.
Yeah. Well, I
There-
like,
there's
I
a lot
like
of good
both
teams.
y'all's.
There's a lot of good teams in that bracket, so it's.
Yeah.
I would say,
I'm moving Bunkie up on mine. I'm probably gonna put
But I
them
do
at,
like
at
them.
2 instead.
Like
Two
that.
instead?
yeah.
I think Bunkie. Dunham. I got Dunham at 1, Bunkie at 2,
But
I'll
I
put-
wouldn't go.
Episcopal at 3.
They
I think they're sneaky good. I think they're sneaky
they in
good.
the right spot.
They're a
They
team
got
that's
the cats to run though.
well. I think they're underrated. I think they're good. You know, I think they're pretty good.
I just don't
It's
think they
I
have
get it, but you know what they've given so far.
At least
They're
put them
playing.
at 5 if you're gonna put them in at all.
Yeah, well, I can do that, you know, but you know what they've given so far, they've played well. That's really what you can ask for them as far as so far this year. I mean,
Gary.
have they played Dunham yet?
Who?
Episcopal. Have Dunham and Episcopal played yet?
Oof, that's I
Pull it
don't
up.
I don't
I
like
don't
that
play
one.
it.
You don't?
Enoch, I don't like that one.
How's that?
You could have put De La Salle in. I like that one.
De La Salle?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't put Episcopal in right now. They got to show me some more.
Well,
They
when
don't
do
have
they
the
when do
cats.
they play Dunham?
You got the phone right in front of you
I'm
now.
about to look at it right now.
I have no idea.
Division 2
Fine.
non-select.
This is a good one.
Don't hate me.
Not.
Number 5, Iowa.
I got them at 5 too.
Number 4, Franklin Parish.
Same.
Number 3, Cecilia. Number 2, Opelousas. Number 1, Lutcher.
I have Lutcher at 3, and then I have Franklinton and Lakeshore at 1 and 2 respectively.
So you got the same 5 then.
No.
Oh, you said Lakeshore?
Franklinton and Lakeshore at 1 and 2.
Franklinton was on the verge, yes.
Yeah.
Pivot.
Oh, I got
But Franklin Parish and Iowa, same spot as you.
I got Cecilia 5, Iowa 4, I just need to see Iowa again.
Okay.
And then I have Franklinton 3, Opelousas 2, and then
Franklin
Franklin
Parish?
Parish is 1. No, Franklinton
Okay.
is 3 for me. And then Opelousas 2 and Franklin Parish is 1. And those two are interchangeable to me, to be honest.
Okay. Fellas?
That's good for now for the first one. I'd say, hey, you got to start somewhere, but we got to go forward. I mean, that's why I'm not picking anything right now. Nope.
Franklinton
You got Franklinton in yours?
and Lakeshore got to play each other.
They
last
did.
week.
Did they like-
Ferguson won by one
Okay.
score.
All right. I would take Iowa out.
Okay.
And put North Dakota.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I like Iowa in there, especially with what they did last
Because
week.
you're looking at now we looking at the rankings, what came out, the power rankings. A lot of those teams up there that's above everybody got to play each other
Mm-hmm. So that's gonna
and got to play teams that ain't no cake teams. Just,
Yeah, they
So-
got to prove it now.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of them gonna fall. Lutcher respectfully undefeated number 1.
Pull up St. Charles's
Uh,
schedule.
St. Charles
Get
schedule.
ready.
Cecilia,
Get rid of-
Cecilia, their schedule, our schedule,
Play each other next week.
Yeah.
yeah,
What is that?
That's gonna be
Freaking.
and even us playing each other,
I got my
we
classification.
still not gonna drop as much. Who the loser not gonna drop as much.
Right.
You know, Franklin Parish, they still ain't went to their heart of their district yet. With Wasserman, Sterlington, Carroll. You know, I think that's all coming up. So we gonna see.
Yeah.
Now if they go through that,
Very good.
then yeah, you give them a top 4 seed.
Awards that.
Most definitely.
Iowa, they
That's what I'm leaning.
I think their schedule is gonna hurt them in the rest of the way.
I got their
They're gonna-
schedule.
Their schedule is gonna be what it is: Washington Marion,
Eunice,
Lagrange. So you ain't gonna, you know, it's not gonna get any better.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not gonna be as strong as the
Now I mean,
Right.
and now if they make a run because
Oh, they gonna listen. Iowa's gonna go the rest of the way undefeated.
9-1.
Yeah, they're gonna go 9-1.
Right.
if they make a run in the playoffs, then you can say whatever you.
It depends on
you
what
want.
bracket they get for
You
them.
said that last
Yeah,
year with them.
I
It was
agree,
9-1.
I agree with you on
They
that.
got to the playoffs with the first round, second round.
They went semifinals, quarterfinals, and then whatever happens this year.
Right. So
I mean, they're winning at least 2 playoff games each year, which is that's successful.
yeah. Oh yeah. it
absolutely.
is.
They're still
Franklin
doing.
doesn't play Sterlington.
Successful for some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Franklin with the big win over Calvary Baptist, 2-point loss over an improved Ouachita Parish.
Right.
I mean, not correction. A improved
Lights out.
West Ouachita team
Right.
that was undefeated. So
I mean, listen. They have grown from last year from the loss in the playoffs in Northwest.
Yeah.
Like there was a young team, and that was the coach they coached what first year. So, you know,
I'm sure they got lucky. They got canceled.
yep. So y'all ready to go Division II select, or anybody has any more questions?
No, you're good.
Let's do it.
let's
do
go.
it.
All right, man. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
Nah, see?
I'll take your word for it, bro.
They got their own shoes, man.
We do.
I'll be
We
on
should
that
do.
hill with y'all, man. I'll be with you on
I'm
that
trying to
hill.
help him out over here, alright?
He's explaining something to me, and
Okay.
he's trying to show. I'm like, I get it. You know, I get where he's coming
Try
from.
to talk to him about this one then.
Okay.
Division II select at 5, St. Charles. Look at the schedule, and
Tough.
they've lost what?
Phew.
They lost.
They lost 4 games by combined 7 points.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy at 4. The forfeits. Can you really say they're still not one of the best teams in the state, even with the forfeits?
We'll see for the rest of the
Yeah,
season.
we'll find out.
It just
My question is, which players can't play the rest of the season?
Yeah, which one?
We'll know that in a week or two.
that just if you're gonna put him at
You know
4,
right now.
then
Yeah.
Well,
I get
some
it.
people-
I mean, do you punish them
Let
for
me finish
you
with this
know
real quick.
bending the rules or whatever the hell it was or not? I mean, that's up to you. That's a decision
They're-
that you have to make if you're
They
making
are
power
2
rankings.
and 4 and still in my top 5.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Which I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
E.D. White at 3.
I have them at 3.
Archbishop Shaw at 2. University Lab at 1.
I think 1 and 2 are just like, how can you argue with either of those? To be
Right.
honest.
Yeah.
Top 3 is
Yeah, I think your top 3 is pretty good.
yeah. I'm not sure.
I have Vanderbilt
Vanderbilt Catholic.
I have Vanderbilt
I had-
Catholic in there too,
I had
and
them at-
Haynes.
I had them at 5 until I seen them get blown out by Lutcher, and St. Charles has played a gauntlet and almost and lost all of those games.
I mean, they
by
lost to
combined
number
us.
one in Division II non-select, so
They still got a great coaching staff over there. They can figure it out.
Right.
your top three is the same as mine, but I got Haynes and Vanderbilt 4 and 5.
Okay.
Let's go to D1.
Division 1 non-select. You could have put a lot of number 5s in right here.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah,
And maybe
I know who number one.
No, definitely.
we know
There's
number
only
one.
number one.
There's
Alex,
only one.
you ain't gonna like it, Alex.
Oh, Lord.
Don't give me them eyes.
Number
over here.
one?
No,
No,
not
he's
number
putting
one.
number 5.
Go ahead.
Number 5, Mandeville Skippers.
Oh,
I got him at 5 as well. I got him at 5 as well.
Number 4, Airline.
I got him there as well.
Number 3, Central Baton Rouge. Number 2, Neville. Number 1, Ruston.
Ours is identical. I consider putting Dutchtown at 5,
Me
but
too.
I have Dutchtown at 5.
they're the
I'm-
number 6 in my
That's
opinion. Is
pretty good.
Dutchtown.
Pretty good.
Mandeville played a better schedule. So,
Oh, well, I have Mandeville at 3. and
oh well, there you go.
then I got
Who do you
Cent-
don't have in there?
I don't have Airline.
Don't have airline. Okay.
If you can't play defense, I'm sorry. You
They
just
play
play
good.
points.
They,
They play
their
22
defense played
points,
pretty darn
good
well against
defense.
Parkway.
22 points. The Parkway defense is not good enough to be in this top 5.
There you go.
Okay
Hey,
then.
As long as you keep scoring
If you
Okay.
score 1 point more,
one
you
point
good.
more, you're good.
Yeah, once Rustin shows up with them cats, though, I don't think anyone's scoring 1 point more than them. They
Rustin
haven't
and
yet.
Neville. Rustin and Neville Friday night.
I take.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oh man.
I take Mandeville a lot.
Yep.
And put Zachary.
Zachary in.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly good.
They're in the top
Take
10
that
for
back.
sure.
Take that back.
Take it back.
I'll take Airline out and put him in the 6 or 7 and put Zachary in.
Okay.
They play a different type of football in Shreveport area.
Exactly.
No defense.
Yeah,
Not a
you're
lot of
right.
defense.
That's
Put
not-
up points
that's not-
and see if you can
and-
keep
and-
up.
and it shows when they get in the
69,
playoffs.
68.
That's why they lost second round or something.
Right, and it shows when they get to the
Yeah, they
playoffs.
lost to
Not
Mandeville,
just
actually.
Airline, all those teams.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
When they come
quarterfinal
down
game.
south.
It was quarterfinn
Quarter.
game.
Because
We
I'm
were
the
coming
defense.
back from
Yeah.
Logansport.
You're right.
Or down south team go up
Yeah.
there and play them.
We
And-
did the Logansport Wells
Oh,
game.
yeah.
And
You know,
with
so yeah, but
when we came
I
back, we were at the
you-
Whataburger in Alexandria.
I like the
And there
top
was some
three.
Mandeville
Dutchtown
people
sitting at
that-
like
that we
6.
beat them.
right, and the Zachary team, man, like
Only lost to Acadiana.
yeah,
And a game that they could have won.
no, they couldn't win.
Mm-mm.
No,
Maybe.
they didn't have- they didn't-
Maybe.
No,
If things
no,
would have
no.
went their, if things would have went their way, maybe.
They needed a lot of things to go there.
I mean, they didn't.
What
Right.
about,
So
what
I'm
about
saying.
yours? You got
things-
anything different?
I
You
want
say
that
what you had to
resume.
say. You say what you
I,
had to
just,
say.
I have Central.
I
at
agreed
2.
with. I agree with you all the way through on that one.
We good, we good.
I agree with you all the way through, and I had Dutchtown at 6.
Let's go.
Division-
Select.
Division 1 select.
Let me just put this one right here, number 1.
Yeah, you can just write that one down.
Yeah.
Division 1 select top 5 going into this week. Number 5, I'll put Turlings. Number 4, I'll put Alexandria. Number 3, I'll put Catholic of Baton Rouge. Number 2, I'll put Acadiana. And number 1, I'll put Edna Carr.
Have no argument.
I ain't got no argument.
I got
with
That's it.
3, 4, and
Not
5
at
is a little bit different for me. Ash at 5, Catholic at 4, Turlings at 3.
I don't have Catholic in my 5.
No Catholic BR.
I have Rummel.
Rummel.
I thought about putting Rommel
I
on
think.
it
I
too.
think the only issue I have with Rummel right now is how badly hurt is Norman Taylor, their running back,
Okay.
because last week they didn't have him, and they struggled a bit. And so I don't know if he's good to go though. They're in my top 3.
Ash and Rustin next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rustin
That
has
should be a
Neville
Thursday
and then
game so
Ash.
we can go.
Yeah, isn't that, oh my gosh.
Rustin back-to-back games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Neville, Ash,
Yeah.
back-to-back weeks.
if either one of those teams beat Ruston, you might have to jump them up to 2
Oh, yeah.
or 1
Oh, yeah.
in that
Everyone.
respective one.
You're
But
right.
Well, Ruston Neville is
Carr
1 and
won.
2.
Car 1, Acadiana 2,
Yep.
Catholic 3.
You need it? Oh, no, she does. Okay.
Yeah, Ash. Yeah, I can roll with that.
Rolling with it.
Seeing Cat, Turlings and Ash head face to face, and knowing what they got. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they could play each other, if they would play each other, Turlings and Ash.
Yeah.
Turlings will win that game. Y'all may think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Turtles win.
I-
They might do it in
over
the semifinals. Who knows?
Yeah.
I have
Quarters
Turtles
or
over Ash
semis.
as well.
Yeah.
Same division. We may
Yeah.
be
I went
blessed.
Turtles, Catholic, Ash. for 3-4-5.
Correction. Well, yes,
But I
we
think
may be
that-
blessed in the playoffs
I
with that
think
game.
those 5
Yeah,
teams
that would be
could
awesome.
beat each other
That'd be great to see.
without much of.
Except for
But
and Acadiana. Those two.
finals,
Those two teams.
finals.
I don't think that will.
Let's talk power rankings. Hey, that was a little fun
Carl will be a little
segment
more.
there, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 for the very first time. I'm sure we'll have some new rankings for you next week.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Definitely
Lot-
in that division.
Lots of people playing each other.
Oh, yeah.
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 We got a lot of clashes coming up soon. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Teams that are ranked number 1 going into this week: Division 4 non-select South Plaquemines 4-2, Division 3 non-select ERAF Bobcats at 5-1. It is Franklinton at 5-1, a team I left out of the top 5. Division 1 non-select Big Ruston at 6-0. Division 4 select Vermilion Catholic at 6-0. Division 3 select Dunham at 6-0. Division 2 select ULAB at 5-1. Division 1 select Edna Court at 5-0. That select bracket, all 4 of them I agree with. How about the outside looking in at this moment? Division 4 non-select Maryville's at 29, Grand Lake 30, Delcom 31. Division 4 to select Central Private 26, Hanson 30, Bertrand's 33. Division 3 non-select Mamu at 33, Port Barry 35, Pine Prairie 36. Division 3 select Menard at 28. Division 2 non-select Livonia at 30, St. Martinville at 35, Eunice at 36. Division 2 select Northside at 25, Washington Marion at 29. Division 1 non-select Nish at 32, and Division 1 select Lafayette at 26, Karen Crow at 31. A lot of teams got a lot of work to do as we go into these last 4 weeks. Where do the state champions stand heading into week 7? Where do the state champions stand heading into week 7? Oak Grove is 5-1. They're currently ranked 12.
Who you say?
Where do the state
Oak
champions
Grove.
from a year ago stand?
All right.
Oak Grove at 5-1 are currently 12. Who wants to play that 12 seed?
Oh, wow.
Southern Lab at 3-2 is ranked 13. Union Parish at 3-3 is ranked 9. Calvary Baptist at 4-2 is ranked 6. Opelousas at 2-3 is ranked 17. St. Thomas More at 3-3 is ranked 12. Ruston at 6-0 is ranked 1. Catholic of Baton Rouge at 4-1 is ranked 7. That is where the state champions stand heading into week 7.
Rustin on
Wow.
the team anymore.
This is the only team ranked number 1 at the moment. But
Don't matter
you
what
look at
seed.
all those state champions, and there's a trend here. All 8 of those ain't shying away from competition.
Oh no, not at all.
What seed were y'all last year?
12.
There you go.
That is 8 teams that have played a healthy week, 6 weeks of competition.
You're right.
That was the second team, the lowest seeded team ever.
Yeah.
Because
That-
Acadiana,
Acadiana was like what 20?
yeah, but they had on the forfeit
That's
win.
right.
They
Yeah,
were really,
No,
yeah,
come on.
they were really.
on number
I
1.
think Bell Chase went like 13 or 14 and 08 and 1 at all, something like that. They had a pretty low seed as well. I think it was the 2008 Bell Chase team. They had a low one. I don't remember
It's
the
not
number.
common. It's not common.
Yeah, it's not common to have a double digit
Don't be shocked
and
though
win
if
it all.
someone's in the double digit seeds this year though, and playing in the dome.
Yes, sir. I might watch that one on Neville Tiger Network.
Yeah.
It's at Ruston. Are they still doing?
They still
They
do.
travel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
They must think they break them off some.
Yes, sir. All the matchups are behind us. Questions for the panel. I got 4 teams I would like to get your perspectives on. Whoever wants to jump in and talk about those prospective teams, we'll go at this time. When everyone doesn't have to give their opinions, we can go 1, 5, it does not matter. Your thoughts on a few surprise teams off to a red hot start right now Elton is 5-1. South Bow's 5-1. Crowley's 4-2, and LaGrange is 5-1. We start with Elton. Who wants to take the helm here?
I was kind of surprised as far as how Elton has done this year. From the little bit that I'd heard about them before the season, I kind of thought they would kind of be a little bit middle of the road. I obviously was wrong. They're one of the better teams in that bracket. They're 5-1. They're playing really well. So I mean, that's really good on them. And Elton isn't exactly known as the big powerhouse or whatnot, but they're playing some good football. Let's see how far they take it.
And playing some really good football behind a two-headed monster in the backfield. Tristan LeBlanc, 13 touchdowns on the year, 990 yards. And Malachi Lamone, 1,079 yards, 16 touchdowns. So as long as they go, Elton got a real good chance to go win that district this year. So congratulations to the red-hot start for the Elton Indians. They got a big one Friday night.
Yep.
South Bow is 5-1. Starts on that football team at this time.
Seeing them in person, man. I'll let you go first.
The speed that they play at is not, especially in the lower divisions, it's just not common. And I think they catch a lot of people off guard with that. And it's hard to simulate that in practice also for a team to go and try and run a scout on that. That's another level of just like added difficulty going against them. I think it's helped them out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it in 3 words. 10 to 12 seconds.
5 to 12.
5 to 12.
5 to 12.
It could, yeah, well, depending on, first down, then you have to consider that as well. But
Yeah.
if you
just spot the ball like North Dakota did.
spot the ball and go, and yeah, the way that they're able to run it that efficiently, and they don't, and at least to us, it didn't look like they ran that many diverse plays. You got to tip the cap off to them. They have a shot to really make some noise this
They got
year.
a big one this week with Jennings, district decider, potentially.
Yeah, that's a big game.
Crowley, a new head football coach there, has those guys playing inspired. They're 4-2 right now. Floyd Flugens, what a talented back in the backfield. Your thoughts on Crowley, Chris?
I like what they're doing. Again, they're playing tough ball to say where they were last year. And he got those kids buying in, and they believe in. They're getting back to the old Crowley ways. Y'all played them yet already? Yeah, so
2 weeks.
should be interesting.
Also seen them. I also seen them live. Floyd Flugens, great back.
Thursday night game.
Then you had big number 75, knows how to clog up a gap.
Yeah.
The Crowley, I think this is, like Chris said, this is kind of the start of getting the Gents back to what you seen them 10, 20 years ago, where they were powerhouses. They're starting to build towards it, and I think a good Crowley Gents team is good for the state of Louisiana, because they know how, back in their day, they know how to play good ball, and I have faith that they'll be able to get it back that way.
LaGrange is 5-1. They go into district play at this time, but a 5-1 start to a team that might have been, 0-10 or 1-9 a year ago.
Couple of forfeits.
Yeah, so like on all of you come back to your Alameda, the head football coach, and he's got those guys inspired, and it's really cool to see LaGrange winning football games.
It's good when a guy comes back to his alma mater to coach, and he set the foundation because he has so much pride in his alma mater. He has so much, the community. He knows what it takes to make things go right around there. So you have to have an administrator that's on board with you and give you everything that you need. So to say LaGrange was not too good the past couple of years, and to see where they're at right now, they're going into district play.
What a chance to win some games.
Right. There's Washington Marion, DeRidder, Eunice,
Iowa.
and Iowa left. So you have
They could very well
right.
get into the mix of that 10 to 16 range and potentially host a home
I
game.
I don't think that far, but
If you win 2 or 3.
It
Right.
depends. Yeah, it depends on just how the
'Cause
power
you
rankings
can't-
go.
You can't really give them the Washington Marion game. That's a
They
rivalry
beat them
game.
last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
they won that game.
right. I thought they played the last game of the season, but that was.
They normally do
But
because
okay.
they're
Yeah.
with
So you
they're
know
very
you got
close to each other.
Eunice. I mean Eunice on the downside right now. DeRitter, that's gonna play himself. You know, Iowa, you know, it is what it is. But I see them making the playoffs and you know, getting that program back to what it used to be.
Next question for the panel. And this one will go to yourself, sir. You're more familiar. LCA's road to the Dome to make it 8 straight appearances. How difficult is the return this year? Did they dig themselves too much in a hole to have a home field advantage throughout? What's the keys to run the table here?
I think the keys is just playing at our speed. Honestly, I mean, we saw it last Friday night. Like just the sheer physicality that we had last Friday compared to LRC. You know, playing the schedule that we had, playing Central Baton Rouge the week before and stuff like that, playing some of the best teams in the state. I feel like you saw just the speed and everything slowed down for our guys. Like especially our defense. Our defense, we're young. We have 9 new starters this year from our defense. We graduated 9.
A lot.
Yeah.
So our entire front 7 was brand new and stuff, and so I think everything just slowed down finally. But yeah, if we make it when we make it to 8 straight, it will end up being the second most all-time straight championship appearances. We'll pass up. We're tied right now with West Monroe at 7, and then John Curtis has 17. But yeah, it's just staying healthy, and everything has slowed down now. So I think that's going to be a big thing.
Or do you think to yourself, did y'all dig yourself too much of a hole to host throughout the playoffs?
I don't think that matters to us, honestly, because we're fine going anywhere than playing our kind of game. Like honestly, we've always done that. You know, traveled to Ruston, played well over there, almost beat them last year. Like we'll travel anywhere. Traveled to the Dome, played Rumble this year, week 1, in a week that was crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
That was crazy.
that's kind of the team that we are. That we're ready to play anywhere. You know, that's kind of what we are.
Yep. Okay. Chris, this is for you, my man. The rematch looms a week from now with Cecilia and Opelousas. What is the buzz right now? How do you what is the approach right now to games that both teams should be okay with this week? Is it let's make sure we go in healthy next week? Is it that type of mindset? Is it let's get in, get out, get ready for a big one next week? How do you approach something knowing what looms a week from now?
Man,
Is
I
that
think.
Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Man, I think.
That better be a Friday.
I think Coach has those guys locked in on Livonia right now.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Livonia's the task at hand right now. You know, Cecilia is down the line, and I think Coach Gaines the same way. Beauchamp's the task at hand right now. You know, we want to go in there and take care of what we got to take care of. Come out that game healthy. You know, everybody knows what's at stake next week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we worry about next week when next week get here. And the kids are locked in, like you said, they locked in on Livonia. Go in there, execute, give us a full game. You know, special teams, defense, offense, and come out healthy.
So the buzz should really escalate come Saturday.
When the clock hits 0
On Friday
on
night.
Friday
then.
night,
Okay.
you know, and I think that is the same with Cecilia. You know, they locked in on Beauchamp. It's homecoming for them, which, you know, everybody's scheduling Beauchamp for their homecoming.
Come on.
You are absolutely right about that.
Same with us.
One of the best seasons.
I think Turley's trying
So
to
the best
schedule
season
them
that
out
I've seen from Beauchamp was 2016. We won 7 games. We played 4 homecoming games, and I think we spoiled 2 of them.
Right,
So,
right.
and then I've seen us spoiled 3 homecoming games as well. It's just, you know,
Not this year.
it won't be this year. It will not be this year. But
Spoiling going
I've
on
seen
this year.
I've seen Beauchamp spoil quite a few homecomings in
Right.
my day.
Right.
So.
But yeah, like you say, Coach, I think both coaching staffs got their kids locked in on this week.
Okay.
Right.
They're not looking, you know, man. It's enough material out there on each team. They know what they're gonna come with. Right? So
The big one looms, but before we get there, got to get through week 7. Alex, Gary, with rivalry football these next few weeks, in your opinion, what are some of the best rivalries around the state right now? And question, if the series is one-sided, when does it start to not become a rivalry anymore? In your opinion, what makes a great rivalry game? And y'all can weigh in also. So that's a mouthful.
I will.
Number one, what is the best rivalries around the state right now?
Man, that's hard to pick. There's so many
Around the state.
around the state. Yeah, that's.
True.
But
Homer
here's the thing
Haynesville.
too.
It's up there.
So Homer Haynesville for yourself.
It's,
That's one of them. It's one of them.
Shaw Romo has to be up there with some people's list.
Sean Romo for the megaphone.
Catholic
Okay.
University. I mean, there's
I don't
so many great
in
ones.
terms of which one,
Indiana
I
Conqueror.
can't narrow it down. But some of, and the reason why some of these teams have 2 or 3 rivals.
Yeah.
You know, it could like some people just hate everybody. Some people are hated by everybody. It just it is what it is. But
You a big Carl Easton type of guy?
I mean, that's a
I
fun
like
one.
watching
It's
that
always a
game,
fun one.
man.
But going to, even if it's lopsided, it's still a rivalry. I mean, it's across every sport.
We can't consider it a rivalry anymore, Gary.
OC Port Barry.
14 in a row, we can't consider it a rivalry.
You can.
It'll
can.
always be
You-
because of how
feud.
long it's been a rivalry.
It was a 90s rivalry.
But you you can
Those live
because
forever.
you can because the table's gonna turn. At some point, the tables are gonna turn.
Right.
When Esmond's in school.
Well,
It's
you
still
know,
gonna turn,
even if
no
it
matter
does
what.
that. I mean, Port Barry OC
I mean,
has been a
Turn
rivalry
for
forever.
Boshan and Opelousas.
But
That's
then
not a
again,
rival.
OC's
That's
been
not a rival.
OC's been a rival for
I mean-
how many people in
mean-
this area? How many people
Oh,
in this area has
Majolo.
OC
If,
been a rival with?
if you want to go back to the 70s,
Sunset OC,
Right.
you know,
Opelousas, OHS and OC.
It's
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
trade. It's got to trade back and
Right,
forth.
but
in
you
order
gotta.
for it to
But
be a
the thing
rivalry.
is, you gotta. These coaches have to come into here. These new coaches that get these jobs, and when the schedule is being made, you gotta know that like this game got to happen.
right?
Right.
Whatever happened to the T Cotton Bowl?
Yeah,
You
Second
get
Harden up that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
Well,
punt on that
Don't tell me
one.
after the show, but at the end of the day,
Let's punt on
some
that
of these
one.
games have to happen. It's bigger than the school,
Holy Cross Jesuit feels like that.
right? It's
Yeah.
more, it's more of a
good
community
one.
thing. Like I'm gonna give you one. The LaGrange and Washington Marion, they play they play each other even when it's not in the district. You know,
Like
General
like
Ross, that's another good choice.
Leesville DeRitter this week.
Right.
103rd meeting.
right?
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, they don't like each other at all.
It's
Haynesville, Reedville.
right. It's games that matters to communities.
First
Oberlin,
Wesleyan.
I mean Oakdale. I mean Oakdale. Elton and Basile,
Battle for the
the 2 mile radius.
what
Something river. It's something bayou or river or something.
Battle of the Bayou or something
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
You know, I mean you have to have these games, and
Okay.
being lopsided.
Let me turn things back around in here.
Yeah, your time is gonna come.
I think
Let me turn things back around right
competitiveness
here.
is-
Last question on that one. What makes a great rivalry game in your opinion?
competitive.
Beyond the sport.
Yeah.
I think it has to be a school rivalry makes
School,
it
community.
yeah, like a school
Especially
commu-
around here, it's communities. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neighboring communities are.
like
I
not
know.
just a football rivalry
Yeah.
or something. Like,
Right, because
you have a
basketball,
I'm gonna give you an example.
Boshan and Opelousas play each other close every year in basketball.
And I can't speak to no other parish, but every team in St. Andrew Parish,
And baseball is probably out since the city.
Alex is a Northwest alum. He's a Boshan alum.
Yep.
Every team in St. Andrew Parish bring their A game when they play Opelousas. I don't care. We could have the sorriest team basketball wise on earth that year, but guess what?
That's
They're gonna bring their A
That's
game to
generally
play.
always have decent
And
teams.
it's not just a rivalry in sports, but
School.
The
So like
school.
a Barb Sulphur type of deal here.
Yeah.
that.
pretty much,
Prime
yeah.
example of what Chris talked about. I went to the car wash the other day with a shirt like this on. The guy taking the money said, "You coach Norwest?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't like y'all." I said, "Why?" I said, "I went to OHS." Simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't know him from Adam.
Right.
This right here and the O, We don't like each other.
Right.
We like each other.
But you know,
But we cool. We
but
adults,
you know,
but
it's deeper. It's deeper
it's
than.
deeper than
It's deeper than.
That's him after the show. Then it's gonna
Right.
be
Where's
fun.
your LCA stuff?
What?
He got his hat on.
You guys had.
Okay.
But it's
where's,
deep.
where's your Beauchamp stuff?
I couldn't. I left my Beauchamp hat at
Where's
the
your
house.
Pavard stuff?
He's got red and black
Red
on.
and
I
So
got
that's all
red
I
and
know.
black. That's all I need, bro.
I think I like all those points, but I think a rivalry can be diminished if one team gets it more often than the other, or it's like a long streak or whatnot. I think you can have all that stuff, but as long as the rivalry is competitive, that's when it's at its best.
Dude, I never saw a volleyball game so competitive. Go to a Northwest OHS volleyball game. They both was not good. But they would compete.
I will say this too. Beauchamp and Opelousas in basketball,
last one.
at least as long as I've been around, has always been competitive as well. It's usually one of the two that win district.
If they have shooting marbles contest, trust me, it's gonna be.
It would be intense.
And it's not. And listen, y'all, it's not bad blood. It's just competitive nature because you have households. Well,
Divided.
exactly.
That's one for you
And
right there.
just imagine what
Rivalries.
goes on in that household on game day.
It's these adults that they've grown up.
We own that
OHS
rivalry, though.
Northwest. They've grown up watching on Friday nights. They're playing football behind the stadium or whatever, and then they go to that school, experience that, and then they grow up and they want their kids to. It's just generations of.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like a Acadiana Karen Crow.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
like you were saying
Yeah.
about OHS gets the best in St. Landry Parish. That's Acadiana
Right.
in Lafayette Parish. Like you got to bring your game
Well,
for Acadiana.
I'm okay. I'm gonna mention one thing. Okay, you got to understand. Back when I was in school, that was even before this time. Port Barry and OC, there was nobody from Port Barry that went to OC, and there was nobody from OC. They hated each other. Now, one of my best friends in the world graduated from OC. He was, I was in his wedding and everything like that. But everywhere around, it was awesome until that week. That week, it was like, I'm not talking to you, you're not talking to me. It's gonna be that.
It's the same situation here.
No, my point is,
these two are best friends. They had
Right.
football coaches, and I guarantee you, they've talked the entire year, and they're not speaking.
they're
this
not talking this week.
But no,
They're not talking this
but
week.
my point is now, the rivalry is not as intense anymore. It's not even not there because half of OC's team is from Port Barry. Now you can say what you want
It's been
about that.
diminished,
Back
for
in
sure.
my days, that was sacrilege.
Mm-hmm.
That was not happening.
And-
Now it's not the same. So I understand what
And
Jordy's
when you-
talking about.
And when you say that, to
He's
clarify what you're saying, alumni of Port Barry are sending their kids to
Right.
Correct, and
Right.
well, no, and that's what I'm saying. And it's not. I'm not saying that, but back in my day, that would have never happened. Now it's not. It's happening. It's pretty frequent. It doesn't seem to bother them anymore. It's not like it was in our day. So the times have changed.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not near the same.
And
And
you
that,
see it.
in
You see
that
it in every.
situation.
You see it in every level of sports too. even.
Correct.
Right.
But
I mean, it's just times have changed.
Yeah.
If you have a kid that's good in softball and their parents are alum of a certain school, but they program better. But Mama, I want to go over there. Guess what they're gonna do?
They're going to send them over there, and that's what it is. I mean, I can name some people right now that I'm not going to name, but that's exactly what happened. The programs took two different directions, and they wanted to be successful, so they went to that one. I ain't got no beef with that, none whatsoever.
Just the reality of the
It's,
situation.
Do what's
that-
best
that's
for you.
It's just the reality of the world.
But what that does is that program that's down should step their game up. The
Right.
athletic director should hire.
Or at least as
coach.
much as they can, because
You
you
know
want so much
Yeah,
talent
well, you said it right.
in
They
some of the
should have, but
schools.
they waited till now to do that before that. That's why we were on such a downward
Right.
slide. But now it's starting to get back up. But the rivalry's still not there right now.
Moving on before we get in trouble.
It's
We can
close.
get in trouble. It's okay.
Before we get in trouble around here.
My name's Gary Swallow. I live here.
Huh. The horse trailer.
Question for the
Yeah,
panel.
You're right.
Yes, sir.
In your opinion, every team is different, but what do you determine as the strength of the team? Is it a great head coach, the assistants stay around the program, a veteran group in the locker room, athletes on the field, big in the trenches, strong defense, explosive offense, good special teams? Your opinion, what makes the strength of a football team?
I think you answered the question. Right?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Are you making us pick one, or can we do a combination of everything?
I'm just a narrator, so I don't get in trouble.
Okay, you have to have a good head coach, but he has to have
You have to have a good defense.
a good staff underneath him. I mean, the year Port Barre won the state championship, Coach Donnie Perron, who I love to death, had Bill Duplichamp and Bruce Broussard on his staff for years, and that's 2 head coaches that came home. So you have to have a good staff, but that's on the coaching part of it. But you have to have players that buy into your system.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, if you have a great head coach and you have players that don't buy into your system, you're not going to win. It's an all or nothing. And I hate to say it that way, but you got to have the coaches and you got to have the players that want to do it.
I was gonna say, I think the most important thing is culture, and that combines both of those. The culture to have a culture intact of, hey, this is our expectations, this is what we do, this is our identity. No matter who's here, no matter who's the coach or who's the players, this is our culture, and it's moving that forward. I feel like is kind of the culmination of all these different pieces.
Everything that you said, that you mentioned, is true. If you leave one of those things out, you're not going to be successful.
Right.
Because you have to have all that. A head coach that believes in his team, a head coach that's going to lay the foundation down, no nonsense, instill discipline, a coaching staff that's going to believe in their head coach and follow. Because you can't have too many leaders, not too many chiefs. Okay, then you got your players. There's a few players that's going to stand out. That's going to be that dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to have athletes. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if they are not buying in, there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And you have to have enough of those athletes to truly be competitive in the state of Louisiana too. You can have all of those things, but if you're missing out, like you said, if you're missing out on one, if you don't have a great coach, if you don't have enough talent everywhere, it's hard to compete unless you have something that is exceptional to where you can possibly make up for it. Like, say, if you look at the athletes thing, so maybe you don't have the best offense in the world. Maybe you don't put up more than 20 points a game, average to good non-district schedule. It doesn't matter that much. But if you have a defense that is lights out and can hold them to 2 touchdowns, and you're still winning games that way, if the defense is exceptional, and it goes the other way as well. We've seen teams that don't have the best defense, but their offense is exceptional and can carry that. You know.
And we've seen how one player can be lost, and how much of an impact it can make on a program like a Westgate.
Oh, most definitely, yes.
We've seen St. Charles win state championships with just great defense. We've seen different things across our time covering the sport, but a lot of great things in that. And you're looking at an airline right now that might not play much defense.
Sure.
So they go into the explosive offense, but you can't put strong defense into their category.
They
Correct.
haven't found
At all.
So
And you don't give your defense a chance to be on the field.
you're right. So there is a lot of great traits there that determines the strength of a team. How about what sets the tone of a football game in your opinion? The way pregame rolls around, a big hit on kickoff, score on the opening drive, 3 and out, or even causing a turnover. In your opinion, what sets the tone of a football game?
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. It's different for each game, each team you're playing, but the first quarter, you should know about how the game's going to go at the end of the first quarter. Sometimes it falls on its head after that, but early on you kind of know, all right, this is how we're feeling tonight, this is how it's going to go, and you roll from there. But it's a culmination of things.
Chris?
Yeah, I think it depends if you get the ball, if you're kicking off the ball, kick off, set the tone. You just need one person to run down the field and he ain't got to make the tackle. He can just go down there
blow somebody up.
and blow somebody up. Now you can't have the wedge anymore, but they still try to sneak around and do the wedge, blow it up. That's going to set the tone.
Okay. Garrett?
It's a little bit of everything. You got to.
You're a big pregame guy, huh?
Yeah, I like to set the tone for pregame, let it happen, and do what you got to do. And then when the ball's kicked, go get it. That's simple as that.
Holden?
Hold him in quiet then.
I was watching hockey. I don't believe in setting a tone. I don't know, because the team takes it back for a kick return touchdown. The other team gets the ball and scores. I'm like with Gary. It's pregame for me, I think.
I think it just depends on if you get the ball first or you go on defense first. It just depends. Now, I like Chris's thing about, delivering a big hit on opening kickoff. I believe hits absolutely can set the tone or even change the course of a game. I believe that. But whether you get the ball first or you're on defense first, at least as far as that side of the ball goes, yeah, you gotta set that tone early.
Yeah.
Stop them on third down if you're on defense, get a 3 and out and give the ball back to your offense, or if you're on offense, find a way to get some points. Even if it's a field goal, I mean, it's better than 0.
Hayden?
I would say partially kickoff, if you're kicking off the ball especially, you can set the tone. But I think more so once you get past the script, the tone has been set. Once you get past that first 15, 20 plays of each offense, the tone has been set. Like, especially first drives, I think, are the most important part. If you get a big 3 and out or a big interception or whatever, or stop on 4th down in the first drive, I think that's huge.
Somewhere UTL has never been that you think we should try out one day.
It's hard because a lot of those teams have different, VSN or whatever that.
What would you like to see us one day?
I don't know. One of them big New Orleans teams.
Okay, New Orleans area? Never been to New Orleans.
A game like next week, Ruston and Neville.
What's this week?
Yeah,
This week.
Ruston, Neville.
Either, like you
Just
said,
along for the ride.
Russell Neville or the New Orleans area. I'd love to see it in the car game at home.
University.
Yeah, University
Yeah.
and then the car.
Found blue.
I've played a lot, so I would say, still in the car. Yeah.
Carl.
I would say them. You could get another good team, like possibly like maybe a Dutchtown game or something. Somewhere in that past Baton Rouge, almost River Parishes thing.
Okay.
Be cool to see maybe a couple of those teams play off
LCA.
because we don't get to cover much of them.
It'd be great to have y'all LCA. Do a guest stream or something. Y'all come stream for KVN TV.
Yeah, we'd be the little setup in the corner.
No, y'all come take over our setup and do that.
No, and then y'all would have the entire building here.
No, I would just love for y'all to experience it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time I've ever been to LCA Stadium was a Oceana game against Mamu that got moved due to a storm or something.
Yeah, it's different.
The only time we've been
No
there
PA
was
system.
we
It was
covered
the weirdest
some
experience of my
professional
life.
women's football.
Yeah.
I was the only one in the
We
press
went there
box
and
this
I
game.
watched the Fort Mary game there. It wasn't very
Yeah.
nice. It was
Hey, who
kinda
wants to
like-
take this one? Who wants to take this one and answer it for us? Records can be deceiving. We talked about it earlier. Strength of schedule matters. A lot of time, people get confused when the power rankings come out and they see themselves lower than what they think they should be. Explain why playing tough competition matters, especially when a few teams with losses may be ranked higher than undefeateds by bracket time. Who wants to take
Y'all
it?
literally looking at
Y'all
it right
looking
there.
at them.
Who wants to take the bull by the horns and answer this question?
Chris,
Because there's a lot of people out there that do not follow the
I
sport
feel your sentiment.
religiously and confused why their school isn't ranked higher than what they should be because of their record.
Should be.
I say this every week. I say this to people that ask me that question. What's going on? At the end of the day, the level of competition matters. I'm sorry.
But if
Who
you
you-
play
who
better
you play?
teams at a smaller school, when you go to the playoffs, you're not gonna play those 5A schools. You're gonna play teams to your level. Well, you competed with a 5A school. Well,
Mhm.
there you go.
I think it just depends on how teams gauge their talent level and be like, hey, we can play these teams up,
At the end of the day,
or maybe we
at the end of
should.
the day, I can tell you from experience.
But there's only so many good teams that are going to schedule certain teams anyway.
I can tell you from experience. When the schedules was getting ready to be made, and I'm gonna say it, nobody in this area wanted to play us.
People
So-
wouldn't answer the phone for us either.
They didn't want to play us. And listen, he's sitting right there. LCA was one of them. They didn't want to play us. The only
I believe it.
the only team that was really willing to play us was Westgate, but that didn't happen because they wanted a home game.
Shit, we're only playing 4 home games this year.
But we only had 2 home games last year, so we want to give you another home game. We need to be
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all need some gate too.
Right. So
Yeah.
when you can't get no one to play you, that's why we had to go to the Zachary called us. You know what I'm saying? The cars. You know, everybody. And we have a coach that, okay, send a contract. Let's line them up. At the end of the day. Because that 12 seed we were last year, we was battle tested.
Well, what gets me though is that now with the way things are with the strength of schedule and the everything that they have now, if you don't schedule tough teams, if you don't go after those teams like that, and you play powder puff, a powder puff schedule, you may be undefeated, or you may have, but you'll be ranked, 26th, 27th, and you're going to be wondering, well, I'm undefeated, or I only have 3 losses or 2 losses, whatever. Well, you're playing against a team that has no wins, or you're playing against a team. You got to understand, if you want to be noticed and recognized by the committee, you better play some teams. You can lose to
On the computer.
or the computer, whatever. You can lose to a team that's I'm gonna tell you right now, you can play Opelousas High School and lose to them and probably gain spots, because of what they're doing, or play LCA and gain spots. The thing about it is that you gotta play a competitive schedule and not a cakewalk. Simple as that.
And
That's
you
what you gotta do.
And you can't really knock these teams for their district. Their district is their district.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking
Now,
about
their
that. I'm
district
talking
is
about
cake.
before.
Yeah.
If
But
you
don't
have,
schedule cake
Yeah,
going into district.
yeah, I'm talking.
And
yeah.
then you have a 5-1 record, and you rank 24. I mean,
Yeah. Well, no, if you got a weak district, you got a schedule up.
Look, they
You
have,
know
a,
that-
they have
I
a
will-
number next to the power rating. They have a number next to it.
Mm-hmm.
If your number's low, that's a bad strength of schedule.
Right.
Right.
Like they got teams with 8+ strength of schedule, and then they have some 5-0 teams, 6-0, 5-1 teams that are 3.5. Like that'll tell you what you need to know.
well,
Right.
but it all just depends. Like, there's only so many good teams that you can schedule, especially non-district and whatnot. And as Chris said, not a lot of people wanted to play Opelousas. Luckily, they were able to find some teams that they wanted to play against, some road trips or whatever, But there's only so many good teams that are going to call you up, or you're able to call them up and say, hey, let's play a game. It's just it all just depends on how your schedules end up working out. For 2 years you may have a weaker schedule than normal because not a lot of teams are going to say yes for one reason or another.
Maybe the teams just ain't good that year.
Or maybe they aren't either. That's also a thing.
They had teams that didn't want to play us for a scrimmage, spring game.
I mean, you're.
I mean,
The cards you dealt with.
Yeah, you have a certain amount of control over it. But if somebody
And the
says
last
no
thing-
and you can't bring
the
them
last
back,
thing would be is you scheduling these teams and it's a 2-year contract. Well, maybe year one, it's a really competitive game and they go real off 8 wins, but they had 32 seniors.
right.
And
Right.
then year 2, they're in complete rebuild mode, and now your strength of schedule takes a hit. So
Another-
2-year contracts, when you're scheduling these teams, you never know what they have on their roster after the second year.
Right.
yeah, because sometimes you see coaches they'll schedule
Like
a 2-year
Eunice is
contract.
0-6 right now, and Abbeville is 0-6 right now.
Yeah.
2 teams that were in the playoffs a year ago.
Yeah, because sometimes you see teams, they'll schedule maybe a tougher schedule than they should just because they have 1 year where it's like, look, we can go for it,
Manny,
Knowing
last year.
that in the second year, it's going to be rough. But you know that this year you got a group of good seniors and good talent to try to make a run. You see it happen.
Speaking of teams that probably will make a run at this, contenders or emerging, I want to hear from the panel. Northwest, Iowa, Bunkie, and Jennings. Who wants to give us our thoughts on those programs? We start with the Raiders, Northwest, contenders. What has to happen the rest of the way for the Raiders?
Stay healthy and do what we got to do. I think every game going forward to the rest of the district is going to be good teams, have winning records. by the end of the day, we stay healthy and week by week just do what we have to do. Should find ourselves in a good spot come first round of playoffs.
Just make the dance. They get in the playoffs. Anything can happen. It was proven last year.
Yep.
Went down there. Like if you be realistic, you look at it. And Northwest is an Opelousas. You got Opelousas teams be the top 5 seeds. You know, I mean, we beat 1, 2, 4, 5. They beat what 3?
3,
I think
6.
Cecilia was 3 or
3,
something
6.
like that.
Nah, 3, 6.
What was
Yeah,
it?
Assumption was 3.
Yeah.
Assumption was 3. That's
Walsman
right.
was
That's right.
6.
Yeah.
Franklin Paris was 12.
Nah, we was
Or
12.
Franklin Parish
anyway,
was
they was-
11.
They were in that.
Yeah, but
they
Franklin
were-
Parish was 11.
We,
11-6-3.
11-6-3.
Lost to 2.
right.
That's what it
I
was.
think
Yeah.
Northwest is just give them a chance in those playoff games, and
right.
they can make it happen.
Speak to me about the talented running back over there this time, Kevon Johnson. Let the world know how good he actually is.
Crazy. He's the number 2 rusher in the area. I think Mike Toppers put that out. Number 1 has double the carries of him. If he had the same amount of carries, he would be about 600 yards and double the touchdowns ahead.
And number 1
So-
quarterback.
So, and he's played 4.5 games. So, I mean, he's
He's
the real
good.
deal. We knew that after what he did at St. Ed's. Even stepping up into the 3A ball and playing 4A teams, 5A teams, doesn't matter. And he's the real deal.
His vision is ridiculous.
And he can cut twice in 2 steps and
Be back
be
at
to
full
the,
speed.
between the hash and the sideline, and you like, wait,
Yeah.
he was right here. Real deal.
Yeah,
Real deal.
His vision is amazing, and his desire to want to win and get better. You know, to carry his team. You know, he's every bit of advertised. You know, and he's well deserving of all accolades that he get. I mean, especially with his rushing yards. You know, he's a running back. He's gonna run the ball, but he also is dangerous. He can catch the ball. You know, if he wants to, you put him in defense. He's an athlete.
You got this. You follow these rules respectfully.
The PowerPoints you talking about?
North Fayetteville head football coach just dropped a comment in.
About playing up divisions instead of classifications? Something like that?
That's the new rules. That if it's a division, then
Yeah, usually
Yeah,
not.
yes.
So like in our case, so we played. Since they mix 3A and 4A in our bracket.
Some of
If
it,
you
yeah.
play a 4A, you don't get the PowerPoints. That's why you have to schedule we scheduled Barb to get PowerPoints because you have to go up to 5A. So if you're,
You
if
have
you're
to
playing
or a
somebody-
taller or a higher 4A squad, just
Well,
depending on
No,
who.
you have to go to the division.
you have to
Because
go to the next division.
Next
So if you're playing a
division.
4A,
Right. Some of the higher 4As are in Division 1 is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
it's
like a
straight
Westgate,
division
like
now.
a Turling,
So-
like an
so you
if
get
you're
FCM.
in your same
PowerPoints for
playoff
divisions.
bracket, you're not getting the extra PowerPoints.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of leeway now, more so, because like you said, you'll have a low 4A, high 4A. They're a Division 1, so it's not as a big of a jump to a full-on 5A school. for
Because they're
some
gonna be
of these.
playing the Division 1 playoffs.
Yeah,
Right. Like, see, if Northwest was to play Westgate,
Yeah.
they would get that because Westgate gonna play in.
but it's not a big
But
jump
they're
as far as
but they're
population-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. That sometimes
Right.
some of
Like
these smaller
usually, like,
schools it's beneficial.
With the old rules, we played Eunice. We would have got PowerPoints because
Yeah.
they're 4A. We don't because they're in the same bracket.
Gary, Iowa contenders. How far do you think they can go?
Oh, I think they can make a deep push. I'll be honest with you. With what I saw, I'd say definitely semis, maybe quarters. I would say at least comfortably say that. And then if things go right, they might make a push to the dome.
Okay. Bonky.
I think quarters is their ceiling for me.
Same
And
as-
it depends on their bracket, but I think quarters is kind of their
I think they're semifinal good if they fall on the right side of the bracket.
yeah.
I agree
And
with
whatever
that one,
happens
too.
from there.
Yeah.
I agree with that one too. I think Iowa could, if right side of the bracket, could make it to the dome. They could. I mean, monster defense like that, and you stop one of the top running backs in the state. That's a very good sign of things to come if they can keep it going. So.
Jennings' has only lost this year, came to Iowa. Your thoughts on the Bulldogs? They seem like they got it together.
Not doubting them until further notice, man.
think.
Fino and company are doing. They got things right, doing things the way they need to do it. Jennings, I don't know how far they're gonna make it into the playoffs. I'm not sure.
I think
They're in non-select Division 3,
2.
2.
Yeah, they're in. I think their offense.
They're good enough to win
limits them.
a couple of playoff games for sure.
Their offense limits them on the top end of that division. I think running the power run that they run does not help them in that division. Whenever they run into Opelousas and those guys over there, so I think semis is their max, but I think quarters is like kind of their furthest that they could go. Second round wouldn't surprise me though for Jennings, depending on where they fall. Because if they run into an Opelousas, who's an 8 seed or something in the second round, I mean, good luck.
Who knows? Yeah, you won't know until the brackets come out and they play each other. When it's all said and done,
Yeah, week 9 you have an idea.
You'll
about
know
week 9.
more. Yeah.
you'll have an idea about it.
That's
Yeah.
why coaches don't care about it till week 9,
Right,
week 10.
and then you get a few extra points when you win your district.
No, you
anymore.
don't anymore.
Not
Well,
No,
yeah,
no more
yeah,
points
yeah,
for
yeah.
district
No, I think that
championships.
was 2016 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, typically coaches don't care about any of this until week 9, week 10. They start even thinking about it.
Thoughts on the ERAF Bobcats? Well, they were in my top 5, so
They were in all of our top 5.
they found a way to win 5 games this year by 1 score or less.
They about. I mean, they
And
grinding
their
it
only-
out.
In the
and
end,
their
you have to
only
win.
loss, Chris, their only loss this year was by 7.
Yeah, they grinding it out.
You have to. In the end, you have to score more points on the team. You got to win the game. So
So anybody has to leave at this time?
I'm good.
Everybody staying for the picks? We can come back and do them tomorrow.
It's almost tomorrow. Let's go.
I'm in the rush.
You gonna finish it? You gonna finish by
I'm in the
tomorrow?
rush
Nah, we
tonight,
good, man.
so
Let's go.
We're good, man.
Whoever has to roll, y'all just leave y'all picks with me.
It's all good.
And I'll
Let's get it.
enter them to the system.
I'll finish this. We're good, man.
Thursday night football. Let's go Holly's Lock of the Week first. Let's get that out of the way.
Don't tell
Okay.
me it's the week 1.
Vermilion Catholic over Ascension Episcopal. Lock of the Week.
That's a good lot.
I like it.
We'll get back to it later.
Okay.
Holla cheating.
Now everyone,
DC versus-
now
Hey.
everyone can go to bed.
Jared, holla cheating. You can give a page 2 towards the end.
Well, he put all the good games on page 1.
I mean, look at the.
The
There's some good games on page 2.
Nah, the
Look at
last
Yeah,
6
they
or
got the
7
last
of them
one,
on the
yeah.
page 2.
Yeah, they're
Most
good,
of them.
man.
I think
Look who they playing.
I think at 1 week we
I
got.
think both pages is a lot.
Yeah, I think at 1 week we have to all agree to give Holly a game to pick. Just one week.
So she has to go like 6 in a row that week.
Nah, just one game. Like
Oh.
one game.
Okay.
Just one lockup week. Just one game. Like let's say for instance, Rustin and Neville.
Yeah, you're choosing her lock of the week. That's what you're saying.
No. I'm not choosing
She
it.
picks the game.
We just gonna give her the game to pick.
But we pick the game, and she has to pick
I
the
got you.
school.
I
Yeah.
got you.
So what we got next week?
Okay.
Ash and who?
Ashton Rustin next week.
Ashton Rustin.
Ashton Rustin.
Maybe so.
Hey.
Just
Say Yapalooza.
proof.
STM Turtle.
That's
Is that
some,
next week?
Have her pick a big
No, I was
game.
about to say,
It ain't gotta be next week. It just
Yeah.
week.
that's some bangers. Catholic appointed P. Birchman's this week across the board.
Got it.
Board.
Yes.
Thursday night. Good luck to Pointed P trying to go 7-0 in the year. Pine Prairie at Crowley. Crowley gets their 5th win of the season.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Across
Floyd
the board.
Flugents gonna have another big game.
Absolutely. Roe Bridge, Northside. Tigers looking for their first win of the season. Can they knock off the Vikings this week?
North side.
No, sorry.
Bro Ridge.
Hold on. We have to slow down.
Go in order.
Alex, Northside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gary. Chris.
Roe Ridge.
Gary.
No, sorry.
No.
Give me the Vikings.
North side.
I'm trying to sneak up on y'all.
I'm gonna go Northside myself. Quarterback concerns. Still a lot of health concerns. Unless you know something we don't know.
I'm not telling y'all.
He's trying to keep. He's trying to keep.
You get bad for that, you.
Yeah, I'm trying to every man for themselves.
He's talking about competitiveness.
Centerville travels to Central Catholic. Good game looming here. A lot of injury concerns right now for Centerville, but Central Catholic looking
Yeah.
for their 5th win.
Yeah, I like him getting it.
Central Catholic.
I'm gonna go with CC in this one.
Had a fight last year in this game. You know, all types of wonky.
I forgot about that.
But Central Catholic.
Central Catholic across the board. Unless Centerville's healthy and I don't know about it, I'm gonna go Central Catholic.
I've heard that they've gotten a little bit healthier.
Somebody asked Mike.
That being said, I'm still taking Central Catholic.
Okay. Bunky and Buckeye. This one could be a high-scoring game here. Does Bunky get it done at home and get their 7th win?
Yeah.
Bucky handles business.
Yeah.
No problem.
Bunky.
Yeah, Bunky will win. Buckeye might make it competitive, but Bunky will win.
He does
That's
score
what
some
matters.
points. I just don't think it's enough.
Yeah, I think.
You going Buckeye?
No, I'm
Oh, well, I don't
going
know why you were shaking your head.
because I don't think it'll be close.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Bunky beat Avoyles 47-6. Buckeye lost to Avoyles 0-46.
Okay. How about Westgate Rain? 2 3-3s going at it. Who gets their 4th win of the season?
Westgate.
Rain.
Slow down.
That was quick.
Wow.
Chris, Alex, Gary.
This is my flip. I need a coin. But I'm going to give
Definitely
Rain
on the car.
the edge at home.
Okay, Holden.
Westgate.
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 I'm going Westgate also. I
The
think
defense.
the defense. Defense finds a way to win up. Ugly one. Meet Pine. Pine gets their 6th win of the year and stays in my top 5, or did they get knocked out this week by Meet?
Amy would be the team to win this
Oh,
game.
If anybody can do it,
Amy
Half a
would
second.
be the team to do this.
Half a second.
You want me to go first, Jordan?
Go ahead.
Fine.
Pine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
The
with you.
Franklinton game. Tell me on.
More impressive schedule.
Okay. Got y'all 2 down.
This is fun.
I'm going to go Pine.
Jack in the Central.
This one's tough.
I'm going Pine.
I'll go Pine as well, but I'm blaming y'all if Amy wins.
Yeah.
I'm
They'll,
blaming
they'll
y'all.
stay in my top 5 if they win.
Yeah,
You see what I
there you
mean?
go.
You going? Amy?
I'm going Amy.
Amy.
I'm gonna go with Amy too.
Okay. Episcopal at Slaughter Charter. Here's an opportunity for Enoch's Episcopal team to make a little
Not my
noise.
team. They're not my team.
Right?
Huh?
Enoch's Episcopal team can make a little noise
It's not
here.
mine, but
Can they knock off Slaughter Charter?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have him.
Gary?
I'm going Episcopal, too.
That's a district
Hold.
game.
it's gonna be between them and Dunham for the district title.
Episcopal across the board. They're going to stay in Enoch's top 5.
They're gonna go up.
Whatever, man.
4-2 Northwest, 4-2 Church Point. Good battle looms on Friday night. This one last year ended Church Point's favor, right?
Thursday
Yeah,
night.
22-20.
Yeah, it was
22-20 a
close.
year ago. I don't think
Usually it
this
is.
one is anywhere close to that score this year. Your thoughts, Alex?
Yeah, I don't think so either. You know, last year, that was the week after Northwest went to Iota and won in overtime in a dogfight.
Emotional?
A little bit of a hangover, a couple of turnovers that shouldn't have happened, and fumbled the snap on the 2-point conversion to tie it up.
Yeah, that's rough.
So that game was a little different than what it should be. But anyway, yeah, I think, you know, nothing crazy happens. Play turnover free, and game should be over.
Okay, Raiders with the win.
Raiders.
Raiders.
I'm going Raiders, too.
Raiders.
I'm gonna take Northwest.
I think Church Point plays really tough and stuff. Every year they play tough,
This will be a close game.
but Northwest wins big.
Close game, big. Look at these two going at it.
It'll be a close game, but Northwest will
Across
take
the
care of
board.
business, I believe.
Across the board, Church Point plays well at home. Northwest is on a different level this year, so give me the Raiders.
Hey, Jordan, before you start the next game, just in case you do need me, I'll do no pick for this one, just in case you do. If something changes, I don't know. We didn't talk about it before the show, but because y'all are covering that one tomorrow,
Okay.
I'll do no pick just as in case you do need me for tomorrow.
Okay. 5-1 Westlake at 5-1 Iota. Uh-oh.
No, you good.
You cold? Oh,
I need another pen.
5-1 Westlake at 5-1 Iota. The battle of the QBs. Peyton Renfro versus Brody Anderson. These two should light up the scoreboard on Thursday night. Going to be a great environment. Can't wait to get down there for the very first time and cover these two teams. Two great head football coaches. Who wins it?
I like Westlake to go on the road and win it.
Westlake. You gotta fight that home field advantage.
This is true.
Gary.
Man, that's hard to play. I'm gonna go with Iota.
Holden?
I think
Bulldogs.
home field. I think that's gonna give them that little edge
Can you see that?
in a slugfest.
This is the only game I had not picked so far.
Okay.
Going through all of them. My gut's telling me Iota right now. So Iota.
Okay.
Coin flip game, man. This should be good. Should be a really good one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. How about Sacred Heart? St. Ed's 4-2, 6-0. The talk of the town is throw the records out the building because this is a good old fashioned hate week. Two teams that don't like each other, and bad blood is brewing. This is a year worth of bragging rights. Live on Under the Lights Friday night. Jude Bear comes in from the Trojans, 8-15 on the ground, 11 touchdowns. Summerlin comes in 7-31, 13 touchdowns. Could it be the battle of the running backs, or could it be the battle of the quarterbacks Friday night? Who wins it?
I like St. Ed's.
St. Ed.
Garrett?
St. Ed.
Holden has no pick. He'll be at the game. He's not no pick. He'll be at the game.
St. Ed's. I think it's just too good this year.
Let's
This is a
see.
good game, man.
Got some
That's
quick
enough to me.
quick picks here. Opelousas, no problems with Livonia, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, across the board.
Short drive for you guys, though.
30 minutes.
Yeah, 30-minute drive down the road. Opelousas across the board.
There's gonna be no speeding ticket.
They'll pull over the bus.
Quarterback, Hot Springs, and Livonia.
Yes, sir.
3 track.
Cecilia, no
Back to
problems
back to
with
back.
Boshan this week.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Happy homecoming.
Happy homecoming,
homecoming.
Bulldogs. Get ready for next week.
Really are. Everyone's homecoming.
Westminster
I've been saying this
of Lafayette hosts Highland Baptist this week. Too much Ethan Simon in this contest. Chargers roll to their 6th win across the board, guys.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Catholic New Iberia, scary good. They roll over Delcom this week, right?
Right.
Across the board. Franklinton will roll over Abbeville and might crack my top 5 next week.
Yep.
Right, amen.
Yep.
Don't say that.
Uh-huh.
Don't say roll.
Don't say roll. Don't correction. They will win this game.
There you go.
Okay.
Iowa will roll over Washington Marion.
Don't say roll.
I'm saying it.
Yep.
Well, I think so too.
Yellow Jackets too good on defense. Even if the offense has an off night.
Mm-hmm.
North Iberville and White Castle. White Castle could give North Iberville their first loss of the year, or is North Iberville just on another level right now?
See, at first, I just went ahead and
Where's this
North
game at?
Iberville. But when I thought about it, man,
They got some.
at North Iberville?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to keep them. Yeah, North Iberville.
Why you think Livonia trash?
You're right, but
Chris?
White Castle scares
North
me.
Iberville.
It's a scary matchup. North Iberville did say this is going to be their best opponent they played all year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They still gonna win.
White Castle usually tends to be good, but I'm taking North Libreville.
Across the board?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First year doesn't matter.
Okay. North Iberville rolls to a 7-0 start. I'm happy to see that program thriving in year 1.
Yeah, always
Man,
good sign.
the coach did an interview on
How about
National Show. Now
Yep.
it's-
How about
I didn't watch
Jeanneret
that,
and
but-
St. Martinville? Does Jeanneret roll to win number 6, or St. Martinville matches up well here?
No, Generate.
Generate.
Too many
It'd be
injury
one of the biggest
concerns.
upsets of the year,
Yeah.
but
I
General
think-
wins.
I think it's
Big.
closer than people think, though. But generate.
Yeah, too many injury concerns right now with St. Martinville, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alexandria and Pineville. Alexandria rolls to 7-0, sets up a mega matchup next week. Y'all are all in agreement?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about Lake Charles College Prep St. Louis? I think Lake Charles College Prep picks up their second win of the season.
Yep.
They played a grueling schedule, and they're fixing to roll off a few wins here.
Yep.
Yeah.
ERAF and Berwick on Friday night. ERAF has been in a close game all 6 weeks. I don't think this one is close. Friday night, I think ERAF rolls up to their 6th win of the season.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oberlin and Maryville. Who wins this one?
Oh, I didn't pick this one.
Man.
Oberlin.
Yep.
Over.
Oberlin.
Jesus, man. That's a little,
Yeah.
that's a little harsh.
I'm gonna go Oberlin.
Oberlin.
Oberlin on the road.
Okay.
Maryville.
Well, now you're gonna make me write down.
Yep.
I was just putting lines.
Nope. No line today.
A, C, G,
Home field advantage, correct?
Absolutely.
E, L, J, L.
Just
No
put a
home,
line
no
and then
home
put
field,
L.
no home field needed, sir. Oberlin wins it by 2 scores.
Okay.
DeQuincy and Jonesboro Hodge. DeQuincy bounces back in a big way this week. Gets their 6th win of the season.
That's right.
Fighting Jake McCoy.
Hey.
Fighting Jakes.
Good effort last week, and what a tremendous job head football coach is doing over there. He's got his troops out to a 5-1 start. Going to be 6-1 after Friday night.
Yeah, buddy.
That's what we call the Quincy. Yeah.
Vinton and
Fighting Jake
Pickering on Friday night. Vinton, they've improved dramatically, and they're going to get their 4th win of the season, like Vinton to roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finn wins big.
Mamu and Ville Platte, a little rivalry brewing in this one. Is this a throw the records out type of ball game here?
It is.
Yeah, but no.
Mamu, Ville Platte. Ville Platte could get a win at home.
Mamu.
Mamu,
I like
Mam-
Mamu still.
Mamu,
Mamu.
Mamu.
I'm gonna go Mamu as well, but
Put a line on it, Jordan.
I would not be. It
Hey.
wouldn't be the biggest surprise in the world if Phil Platt found a way.
Emotional win last week, Mamu. Final 5 seconds. They scored to win that ball game, so we'll
The win, that's
see
what matters.
how they do here in week 7. Marksville at Caldwell Parish. Marksville, Caldwell Parish. Is this one close or this one is going to get ugly?
Yeah.
Marksville.
Marksville.
Very bad.
Marksville.
Marksville bounces back.
Fighting
gets a
Daniel
win.
Scully,
Caldwell
take
Parish,
care of
I
it.
don't think scored 20 points all year.
Okay.
They have only scored 20 points.
That's what it is.
Caldwell Parish.
Okay. How about Lake Arthur and Richwood? Lake Arthur welcomes in a winless Richwood, but Richwood's allowed a lot of athletes.
Doesn't matter.
Lake Arthur.
Lake Arthur.
I like Arthur.
Marcus is gonna be happy after this game.
Chris, you thinking differently? Richwood? Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of athletes on that team. They played a good schedule up to this point.
Yeah.
Gary, who you like?
Lake Arthur.
Holden?
Arthur.
Marcus is gonna be happy. Give me Lake Arthur.
Okay.
That's my people over there, Lake Arthur.
Okay. Let's go with my people in Lake Arthur. LaGrange and Eunice. Eunice searches for their first win of the season against a 5-1 LaGrange. Do they get it?
Give me Eunice and finally some power points.
Eunice in the PowerPoints.
Jeez Louise.
Chris?
That's how we can.
Yeah, you put a gauntlet too.
Eunice.
Gary?
Lagrange.
Holden?
Lagrange.
Purple Gators.
LeGrand.
Eunice picks up their first win of the season. 5th time's the charm for me picking them.
Okay.
Or 4th time.
Go ahead. I'm good.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I know you. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You pick Eunice?
Pick Eunice.
Gary
Not
likes
Burners
his
this
pick.
week.
They're not burning us.
Don't make me come back after the 3-week layoff.
What else we have here?
Eunice.
McDonald 35, St. James, boys. 2, 3, and 2s. Who wins it?
Unfortunately, St. James.
Unfortunately, he says.
I'm now waiting for Troy to say something.
Where you at? All right.
22.
He's there.
He's in there.
I don't know. St. James is tough. But,
McDonald's.
I don't know how good McDonough is though. That's the only problem.
Troy say don't pick against.
Don't pick St. James.
Well, we
They
picking
said.
St. James.
Well, we're
then.
picking them.
I'm going with St. James too.
Alex? McDonald?
Nah, give me St. James.
Okay. Enoch?
I want it.
St. James.
Not
McDonald 35.
You good?
Best player on the field's on McDonald 35.
Okay.
Jakai Anderson.
Okay. A, C, G, H.
Don't do that.
He'll be all right. You'll be all right.
H, E.
I picked you, Troy.
Barb and Nish. 2, 3, and 3s going at it. Who gets the first win?
Bar.
First win.
Fourth
Fourth
win.
win.
Fourth win.
Come on,
Bar.
man, put some respect on their names.
Bar. I hope we go.
Yeah,
A.
Keep winning.
Gary?
I'm going for it too.
Holding lead.
I like Barb.
Give me the Bucks.
Barb.
Barb across the board. Southside Sulphur Friday night. Tours get a win. Sharks keep rolling.
Outside.
Sharks.
Yeah, Southside.
Sharks drag them in the deep water.
Yeah, Southside's clicking on all cylinders.
Southside across the board. Acadiana, Reckon Rams, Lafayette Lions. Fear to veer or fear to pass?
You get
Fear
one.
it all.
Acadiana.
Be
Acadiana.
afraid. Just be afraid.
Acadiana.
Acadiana across
So
the
let's
board.
you know what.
Acadiana's not losing another game in the regular season.
You right.
Okay. Sam
Maybe not for the
Houston
year.
at Karen Crow. Who wins it?
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
As much as I want to pick the Crow, I can't. Sam Houston's too strong.
I like Sam Houston. They're gonna score, but Karen Crow's played some tough teams, really, really close. I like Karen Crow.
Okay.
I do want to pick Karen Crow, but I'll take Sam Houston, I guess. Not confident about picking either of those teams, but I'll take Sam Houston.
Okay.
I think Karen Crow's is too small. Sam Houston.
Cool. I'll take Karen Crow. I'll take the Crow Dome. I'll take a close win.
They almost beat
I
Zachary.
think they find some offense
They
this week,
should have.
Chris.
They should have beat
Ooh.
Zachary.
I think
They
find
might
some
very
offense
well.
this week.
They might
Because
very well.
Sam Houston can't stop the run.
Can't.
So, I mean, figure it out.
But we were just talking about schedules earlier. Look at their schedule.
Figure it
A
out.
lot of those losses, a lot of teams.
Sam Houston historically has also given Karen Crow a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Figure it out, my
They've
man.
been playing each other for years.
How about Walker? How about Shaw? Two teams searching for their 5th win of the season. Shaw made it to my top 5 this week. Walker, out of the 5-8, they can score.
Shaw's on a different level.
Yeah.
I think Walker's going to keep it close at the beginning, but I think Shaw's just going to run away with it. So
Okay.
I'm going Shaw.
You go with Shaw.
Okay.
Because everybody else going with Shaw.
Shaw, okay.
But I really
I'll
like
stick
Fighting
with everybody,
JB's.
huh?
JB's gonna be happy after Friday.
I think JB just picked him 3 times, so I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to go
saw
with
that,
JB.
huh?
That's Shaw.
Shaw across the board. Hey, big rivalry game here. Salmon and East Ascension.
Cinema.
Yeah,
Send 'em
them.
on.
Yep, them.
Send them on.
Accidentally highlighted.
Both of them searching for their 4th win, but most importantly, searching for that rivalry trophy, trying to bring it back to their trophy case. Who wins it?
I like Santa Maria. They're just more consistent right now than East Ascension. I think East Ascension's still trying to get it figured out. Santa Maria.
Okay. Chris.
Cinema.
Me too. Send them on.
Yeah, Santa Monica is an impressive schedule. I like them.
Taking the Gators.
Send them off. 3-point loss to Dutchtown. That's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
Well, I wouldn't be writing letters here if I wouldn't be going East Ascension at home. Good luck, Brock Mathern. Get those guys.
He
to
knocks so
keep the
fast all of us
trophy
right there.
I think he'll
back
year win.
home. Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. But rivalry football, home field advantage. I'll lean his way this week.
I've been in one of those games.
For Barry Westminster, who wins this one? Homecoming night for the Crusaders. Red Devils getting healthy at the right time.
Westminster.
Westminster.
Garrett?
Happy homecoming week.
Who you like, Garrett?
I'm going to give you that back, but I'm going to put Barry.
Back, okay. Holden?
Westminster.
Westminster.
Taking Westminster.
Westminster big.
I'm gonna go Westminster myself. I think Pobar's getting healthy at the right time, but Westminster has been playing some good ball the last 3 weeks, so
Yep.
I'll go Crusaders in this one. Not often I pick against my alma mater. More games coming at you, ladies and gentlemen. Warren Easton, Holy Cross.
Holy Cross.
Yeah, Easton been burning you here lately.
I think they're down this year.
You're not
man.
picking against them anymore?
They're
Not
struggling.
right now.
Warren Easton had
Holy
the
Cross.
suspension of the season and stuff like that. It whirling from
Number 8, Mr. Swallow.
Warren Easton.
This is where I get back on him.
That's okay. Don't worry, I done got 3 ahead of you for the other picks that you had.
You right. You right.
I like Holy Cross.
They ain't finished neither.
Give me Warren Easton.
Holy Cross.
Holy Cross, too much offense in this one. When I say too much offense, I mean 21-7.
Okay.
How's that?
That
That
sounds
was,
about right.
that was stupid. Moving along, Southern Lab at Kaplan. Really good Southern Lab team. Kaplan, really physical bunch of Pirates over there. Who wins it?
Southern Lab, not relatively close.
Okay.
Southern Lab.
Southern Lab.
Okay.
I like the athletes with Lab.
Okay.
I'll take Lab as well.
Okay.
Southern Lab, and I wrote down can't out physical what you can't touch.
Okay. Well, I wrote down keep the ball away from them and upset them at home. How's that?
Good
I
luck.
think Gary liked that one.
Hey,
I like
remember
that pick.
You like that
I
one?
like that pick.
the
yeah.
one the week I won, but I think about one was because I picked Kaplan against North Vermilion. It could happen with Jordan.
You never know.
It
Not
could.
this one.
Not with Lab.
Yeah. Well, Friday's
No,
recap
Vermilion
show.
ain't lab.
Friday's recap show. I'm gonna
No.
call your phone. I'm gonna say, you know
You do
what,
that.
you sucker.
Oh man.
How about Jesuit and Edna Carr? 4-2 Jesuit, big win last week, knocking off St. Aug. Can they slay the giant of Edna Carr this week?
Nope.
Nope.
Nada.
The University of Edna Carr will roll.
And the car wins. And the car
Carr
wins.
wins.
Should never have to look for me.
Okay, how about West Monroe, Washita Parish in this one? Washita Parish almost knocked off a giant a week ago. West Monroe, Gary, you don't pick against them often.
Nope.
Could it be the week?
Washita Parish.
Washita.
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 Coming off of a loss, West Monroe.
West Monroe, Gary Swallow, okay.
That district is tough.
Yeah, it is.
Holden.
Washita.
Enoch.
West Monroe.
Washed up. It'll be close.
Yeah, good close ball game here. Washita Parish playing some good ball in this 2024 campaign. How about Brother Martin and John Curtis? Last few weeks, Curtis been relying on their defense, not scoring as many points, but defenses came to play. Brother Martin, what can we say about them moving forward? 2 losses. Can they get win number 5?
Is this gonna be like a 9-6, 12-9 defense?
It's gonna be low scoring. I think so too.
But I think at the end of the day, John Curtis has just enough to get through Brother Martin.
Too much defense, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a home field advantage for Curtis
I
or
think they're
not.
playing
They
at
share.
the
At
Shrine.
the Shrine.
It don't matter. They share the field.
No, Curtis has their their
Like 3
own,
fields at all.
their
It's like
own
12.
thing with Jesuit at the baseball field.
Yeah.
Man,
And there's no wrong, yeah.
Who are Brother
About to say
Martin?
the same thing.
Brother Martin, okay. Gary,
I'm on Curtis.
Holden.
I like the Patriots.
Give me Brother Martin.
Well, we're gonna have some lopsided picks this week. A lot of people are going against each other.
Just give all the wins to me because John Curtis.
Looking, I'm going Curtis. Defense wins it. I'm going 10-7, Alex.
Go ahead.
Jennings South Bow. South Bow, high obtain offense versus Jennings ground and pound offense. Which defense rises to the occasion and wins their 6th win of the year?
Jennings.
Jenny.
Jennings.
South Beauregard. I'm gonna take South Bow in the upset.
Okay.
Jennings. I think their base defense is good enough to stop that South Bow fast offense.
I like that, my friend. I'm gonna agree with you there. So I'm gonna take Jennings, but thanks for saving the board. So can't get that much heat since you saved the board. Captain Shreve takes their high obtain offense to Gesterhan. Destrehan getting healthy at the right time is what I was told, but that's hearsay. Maybe somebody can let us know in the chat. But Captain Shreve, 77 a week ago. Is that right? 68 the week before that.
Something like that.
Offense is not slowing down. Will they slow down against Destrehan this week?
The difference for Captain Shreve is they're not playing in Shreveport.
In
I like
158.
the way you're going with
Long drive,
Yep.
longer drive home with the loss.
this. I like the way you went with
That's
that.
why
That's
they're
not
gonna
good.
lose.
They're finally gonna.
There you go. Quarterback back.
5.5.
They're finally gonna play a team that's gonna play some defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Destrehan has enough offensive firepower.
The quarterback's supposed to be
Doesn't take
back.
much
yeah.
when you're giving up 70-something
Jamie
points.
said he's back. So
I'm gonna go with Destrehan.
Okay. Gary.
I'm going
Don't
Shreve.
take much.
Captain Shreve. Holden.
yeah, I mean, Shreve can score, but they also give up a lot. Also, so
1 point more.
I like Destrehan to have a few extra stops.
I'm taking Destrehan.
Yeah, Destrehan. I think quarterback being back is big for them.
Here I am thinking I was going to be the only one to pick Destrehan. You guys are on y'all P's and Q's tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's another cheek.
How about Archbishop Rummel at St. Aug? St. Aug back-to-back weeks. Emotional losses. You know how bad they wanted the core game, and then getting stunned last week to Jesuit. Can they rally and try to get things back on track against a really good Rummel ball club?
No, Rummel.
JB, tell me if Norman Taylor's healthy.
I feel like St. Aug treat me like how we always pick in St. Markville. We just gotta pick the Ville last year,
Just keep picking them.
Just keep picking them, man.
As
That's
soon as you
fun.
don't pick them, they're going to win.
and I'm going with St. Aug.
Okay.
I'm going with Rummel. I think they're a little too strong.
Yeah, I like Rummel also.
Hey, Norman Taylor's playing.
I'll take Rummel.
Y'all going too flat. Y'all going too fast for me.
Gary, Rummel.
Okay, Chris.
Romel.
Aug. Gary. Holden.
Yep,
Yep, what?
Rummel.
Okay.
I'm taking Rummel.
It's a different team with Norman Taylor.
All right. Rummel gets the road win. Check my work, guys. Did I miss something?
I'm either blow y'all out or I'm gonna get blown
Yeah, you
out.
did that.
Check 1 through 22. See if I missed something. Riverside, Dedrick Lasty comes into town. West St. John welcomes him. Hash It Out Show game of the week. Coming off of a 9-touchdown week ago. Can he put up big numbers again against a West St. John defense that's going to be ready for Mr. Lasty? But I don't think it matters.
No,
He's gonna do what he wants in this one.
Riverside big.
Riverside.
Yeah, I'm going Riverside.
I like Riverside also.
Riverside wins.
Riverside by however much Mr. Dedrick Lasty wants to score it by.
Riverside across the board.
What I pick now?
A lot of heart on that young man. If he was a little bit bigger, Chris, he would
Wherever
have
he
every
wants.
offer in the state, in the
you're right.
nation,
In
not
the nation,
correction,
motherfucker.
in the nation. Hamilton Christian at
This week.
Elton. Here, both teams searching for their 6th win of the season. That is a typo. Don't look at it. Hamilton Christian, talented quarterback, could be the difference maker in this one. Elton, happy homecoming to the Elton Indians. They got a talented backfield. Will it be enough to knock off Hamilton Christian on Friday night?
Yeah, Hamilton's 5-1, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, all 5.
Got a 5-1.
Elton. I pick Elton.
Alex?
Give me Hamilton Christian.
Okay. Chris went Elton. Gary?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Hamilton's going to be too strong.
Holden?
I've had bad luck picking both of these teams.
Yeah, no, we
Something's got to give.
Somebody's gonna give, so I'm gonna take Elton this week.
The home team, right?
No, I
You
just
know?
think they're a better club.
I'm taking Elton because they're at home.
Hamilton Christian, but I think it'll be a really close game, really good game.
First split pick of the night, and it will go to Elton at home. Grinds out a win, gets a first down in the fourth quarter. Does that make any sense?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm just talking out
First
of my
down
head.
to
huh?
seal it.
First down to seal it. DeRitter, Leesville, Battle of the Hooper Trophy. Leesville looking to bounce back, and I think the record will be broken this week. DeRitter got their hands full. Can they slow down Leesville?
Leesville's going to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, Leesville, record broken first drive.
Leesville's going to be mad, and I think they're going to come out on fire.
Is Ford related to Michael Ford? I always wanted to-
Yeah.
Okay.
Nephew.
Yeah. He's well.
Wampus Cats.
Jennings scored 42 on DeRitter. From their run team, Leesville scoring however many they want.
There you go. Leesville across the board, record breaking night. And they get back on track, keep the trophy at their
Time is supposed to be.
trophy case. Lafayette Renaissance at a Welsh team that is battling a lot of injuries right now, but they are at home and they can rally around their quarterback right now and play inspired football. But Lafayette Renaissance, the explosive offense here, can they slow them down, the Greyhounds?
Welsh's quarterback still not playing?
Out for the season.
Broken collarbone.
Last week?
Yep,
Yeah,
He didn't play last week.
he did play.
he did
He got
play.
hurt last
He got
week.
hurt last week.
He's out for the season too.
Yeah.
So he
Broken
was out,
collarbone.
and he came back, and he got hurt again. Because he didn't play against Jennings. Welsh played
Well, he
Jennings.
got hurt week 1.
So he didn't play
He
against
came back.
Jennings?
Jennings?
Yes.
When?
They didn't play Jennings week
No,
one.
he didn't play.
Yeah,
Week
they
two, it
have.
was week 2.
I watched film.
Because
Oh,
Jennings
yeah.
played Iowa week
I
1.
watched film.
He got hurt in kinder game the first week.
So no, the quarterback did not play against Jennings. I promise you.
It was week 2 because week 1 Jennings played Iowa.
Well, I mean, we
You were
have,
there for
Whatever,
that one.
whatever.
It doesn't matter.
we have a Welsh fan that's watching right now, so he can let us know.
Because of
Yeah.
that, I'm going Lafayette Renaissance. I had picked Welsh, but without that quarterback, they're not the same team.
Renaissance.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
Renaissance.
But they can rally.
If Welsh's quarterback was playing, I would have taken Welsh, but give me Lafayette Renaissance.
Surgery this past Tuesday.
And the growth that Renaissance has every week, watching their film and stuff like that, and then playing them last week, it's Renaissance.
And they just got some more growth for playing y'all last week.
they saw the next level, and so that's their goal now, and then they'll get there eventually.
Said he's been playing.
No, I promise you, he did not play against Jennings.
Number 1,
I don't remember, but it was a different quarterback. But anyway, go
I
ahead.
trust the guys watching.
he
film.
did
ahead.
play in the Jennings game.
With
Is
the
it
same
playing
guy.
the Jennings game?
I
Okay.
mean, that's fans right there.
That's
That was
fine.
the running back that got hurt week 1.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lafayette Renaissance.
You're a tough kid.
Across
You
the
playing
board.
with messed up.
Right.
We got one too playing with messed up.
Denham Springs, Dutchtown. Dutchtown too much at home.
Correct.
I think it's a close game.
That's a rivalry game,
I
man.
think coming
Yeah,
off
they
of a
don't
bye
like each
week,
other.
coming off of a bye week helps Dutchtown. Dutchtown wins.
Yeah, Dutchtown.
Touchdown.
Taking the Griffins.
You going differently, Alex?
No, that's fine.
Dutchtown across the board. How about Oakdale Kinder? Does Kinder find a win in this one?
Yep.
You throw the records out.
Yeah. Kinder.
Kendall.
Yeah, I think they bounce back.
Only because it's a home game.
Kinder finds a way to bounce back. I agree. Give me the Yellow Jackets.
Remember Oakdale's offense, like to run the ball. Kinder struggled against the run last week.
Yeah, but Kinder,
I
Kinder
still-
won't see an offense like Southbow, so they're fine. Kinder.
They don't. Yeah, because yeah.
Kinder
Kinder.
across the board here then. How about Basil Grand Lake? Grand Lake's homecoming.
Grand Lake.
Yeah, I like Grand Lake to bounce back. Off of the
Okay.
slow start.
Garrett?
Bazil.
Grand Lake.
Basil.
Basil.
Got split panel.
Oh, Lord.
George, just go with Basil. You know you always want.
The mic on your
Grand Lake at home.
Y'all heard that, right?
Happy homecoming. Avoyles at Menard.
Vols.
They put a
Menard
motion
beat
last week,
Oakdale,
didn't
right?
they?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they
Lost
beat
to
somebody that
Oakdale.
Menard lost
Menard.
to. I forgot who it was, and it was
13-9.
bad.
Of all beat
Or Bear.
Oakdale.
They haven't played yet.
Haven't played yet.
Of all.
Avoyles, okay. Garrett?
Mustangs.
Wolves.
Avoyles across the board.
I don't know why I'm convincing myself to take
Oh, these are good games. Whew.
Oh,
go.
here we go.
Did we miss anything on 1 through 30?
I don't believe so. No, I think we got them all.
Double check my work.
We should be on 44.
43.
No, we picked 43.
Yeah, 44.
Notre Dame Lafayette Christian Academy.
Okay.
A rivalry renewed. I tried to make the argument earlier. If it's one-sided, it's not a rivalry.
So it's not a
And y'all,
rivalry.
and y'all argue me down. So now we're back to a rivalry here. Back to when they used to play in the old district. This game is back, and LCA has dominated the series. Do they continue their win streak over the Pios?
It's a rivalry because it's the only game in the district that means something to both of these teams because they run through everybody else. But it's still LCA.
This game should be week 10.
That's got to
Shouldn't it be
hurt.
him wearing the helmet?
Shouldn't it be him? You try it on. That might have been the one you
It
were
might
in high
fit
school.
you, yeah.
I
LCA
guarantee you it's
across
not
the
because
board?
I didn't have one this ugly.
Oh, yeah, about a helmet.
You better talk to Pastor Jay. He gave me that helmet.
Could get a better one.
There you go.
I'm ready to go.
I'm taking LCA as well.
LCA. Good
Find
matchup here.
a way to
Pios
win.
Veteran Ball Club.
Losing blood flow.
Could be
We
close
all-
at
we all
halftime. I
picked
think
the
LCA
LCA.
pulls away.
Yeah.
How about Oak Grove Mangum? This is bad blood here. Two teams that don't like each other. Mangum could be state championship good. Can they get past Oak Grove though? That is state championship good.
No, I like Oak Grove.
Oak Grove.
I like him too.
The Grove.
Grove.
And Grove wins big.
Oak
Quarterback
Grove
is
makes a
good.
statement this week saying they could be a heavy favorite in Division 3.
Who they lost to again?
Calvary.
Calvary Baptist.
Week 1.
Week
They
one.
scored 48 on.
Okay, what else we got
They lost by
here?
what, 2 touchdowns?
E.D. White at Lutcher. Is this where I could say Lutcher proves that they're the number 1 team in my top 5?
Yep.
Are they beating teams like 140 something to like
You're correct.
20?
Yes.
They have not had a close game this year. And then the one good game they had, they blew them out too.
Vanderbilt Catholic.
Yeah, the one good game they
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
they
And
blew
they're
them out
supposed to
too.
be.
And it was
Edward
Yeah,
Douglas,
Vanderbilt's good.
really good defense. Lutcher Bulldogs, really good
I think
offense.
they make the dome this year.
Who wants to start the picking?
I'm taking that. I'll go.
Okay.
E.D. White, good defense. Lutcher, good offense.
Give me Edie White.
E.D. White, good defense. On the road.
Edie White.
Okay.
I'm going Lutcher at home.
Jordan knows how I feel about E.D. White. Me and you've been picking them for,
For a long time.
Years.
Yeah.
Forever.
but
That's impressive. But not as
I've watched my buddies, another buddy of mine, do Lutcher's legit this year.
Reloaded.
Their facilities too, y'all should see that, bro.
You know,
I'm taking Lutcher.
he did when they played last year.
I'm taking Lutcher.
Dude, they got an indoor swimming pool, everything for every sport.
I watched Lutcher's game against Vanderbilt, and they impressed me a lot. Lutcher.
I'm going Lutcher also.
Donald?
Could be the year for Lutcher.
Almost.
They got the pieces. We'll see how far they go. Ascension Episcopal at Vermilion Catholic. This was Holly's lock of the week. Screaming Eagles have not lost a regular season game going on 3 years now.
This is how it's like a week.
Yeah.
This is Holly's lock of the week.
I feel like this is
I
not
can
bad luck.
dig that.
Screaming Eagles are at
2-6-0
home.
team.
Mm-hmm.
They have not lost a regular season game in 3 years.
And Jordan, I've never picked against them in 3 years. I'm serious.
We did week 1.
Yeah, I think VC is
We
gonna.
picked Catholic New Iberia and it burned us.
VC.
Catholic did bounce back though.
VC.
Holly's like a week trying to go 7-0. This is a scary one to do it against, but ring the bell. Really good Screaming Eagle Ball Club and Jonathan Dortes. Call him Johnny Football.
Fighting Alex Goldens. I'm taking VC.
Too much Dartes. BC.
Don't let me down.
Also, last time AES was in their district, they weren't winning any games against VC either. So they're back in the district, and I don't see
That'll
it.
be a fun one
Yep.
on Friday. How about Calvary Baptist Union Parish? They said it was so good for the Jamboree. They just had to find a way to get it down in district play. Who wins this barn burner that's fixing to happen?
I think it's Calvary. I don't think it's a farm runner though.
I don't know. They played tougher than Jamboree.
It don't matter.
Jamborees don't matter.
No,
I
they
understand that,
Not
but
at all.
Cavalry couldn't stop Union. Union couldn't stop Cavalry.
Preseason in the NFL.
And look at they in week 7. And,
Week 7.
man, if Calvary can stop that run. I'm gonna go Union.
Union at home. Cavalry for Alex. Okay. Gary.
I'm going Calvary.
Holden.
And a close.
Calvary.
I'll take Calvary Baptist.
Calvary for me too.
Rolling with you, Chris. Union Parish finds a way to grind out a win
At home.
at home.
They gonna have water sprinkles.
Yeah, they might.
Central of Baton Rouge, Catholic of Baton Rouge. This one last year, Catholic of Baton Rouge got the better, but in year 2, David Semino has his eyes on Porter Street. Could very well put this into cruise control if he gets past Catholic of Baton Rouge on Friday. Is Catholic still a team to beat in this district?
Nope. Central runs BR.
Central.
Catholic. To be the champ, you gotta
Tough.
beat the champ.
I have
Team do it.
Yeah, no, they do.
Central's
Yeah,
loaded,
still.
but I'm rolling with Catholic, man.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and Central Baton Rouge will serve it to them. Give me the Central.
It's gonna be a low-scoring defensive game that might
Oh,
come
yeah.
down to kicking.
Oh yeah.
And Central's got a kid with a leg.
Yeah, he's got a good special team.
Give me Central.
Win by field goal.
Give me Central of Baton Rouge. I believe in this team, and they could be well on their way to one of those dream seasons. But tall task in hand Friday night. Another tall task in hand on Friday night. Neville Ruston. You said it was as good. If it's as good as what the Jamboree was, you should be in for an absolute treat here in week 7. Neville Ruston, someone's leaving undefeated. Ruston's got the state's longest winning streak. Neville, one of their talented teams we've seen since 2016. Who wins it?
I like Ruston.
They gonna have so many D1 coaches at this game.
Right.
The gate probably gonna make 20,000.
Yeah.
Well, mo-
No.
Gary.
Rustin.
Holden.
Rustin.
Big Rustin.
I think Rustin got their bad game out of the way last week. I think they have a lot of things that they're fixing right now. I think
I
Rustin.
agree.
You look at Ruston, close win to Washita Parish. You look at Neville, close win 2 weeks ago to Sterlington. So both teams got those games out of the way. So this one should be an absolute war. Friday night, give me Neville on the road.
Thought I was in that one alone.
Upset, Chris.
On the road, but it's not that far.
And it's not a major upset either, because
Rustin
Neville
not a
and
quick
Rustin
road
are
trip.
right there.
Rustin's
30,
a
40
tough
minutes.
place to play.
20.
Pick either one,
Final words,
honestly.
Alex closes out here this evening.
For us, first half of a district championship tomorrow night at Church Point, getting done.
Yeah, same with us. First game of the district, Livonia. Go out, come out of the game with no injuries. Next week,
District championship.
just pretty much.
Garrett, final words.
Guys, just it's district time for most of you guys. Keep playing hard. Knock down, leave everything on the field. Have a great time. But boy, because the season's coming to an end. We in week 7 already, guys. And good luck. Keep it up. Keep your head up. Seniors, play your hearts out because this is your senior year. Leave everything on the field. That's all I got to say.
Holden, final words.
Oh man. Like I always say, man, just don't take it for granted. Just next thing you know, it's gonna be week 10, and some of y'all never pick up a helmet ever again, y'all. Like Mr. Gary said, leave it all out on the field.
Week 1 was like 2 weeks ago.
Good night, final words.
Week 7.
Very excited to see this game Friday night between Sacred Heart, St. Ed's. Hate week, rivalry week. I can't wait to see how the atmosphere is going to be for that and how that game's going to end up being played.
Packed house.
I think it's going to be a good game. I certainly hope so, especially with us going over there. And just something to look forward to as we roll into week 7 and the week 8. It's starting to creep a little closer, like Holden said. It's creeping a little bit closer.
Before you know it, Selection Sunday bracket release show.
Yeah, we're going to be
right.
halfway through the season and the playoffs if you mix them together after this week.
Mr. Hayden, final words.
For LCA, it's
14
the standard is the standard. This week keeps it going. Big district game, against Notre Dame. So
District title game.
1-0 every week. 1-0. Standard is the standard.
I had to use that Youngster terminology.
Thanks everyone for tuning in this evening. Tomorrow night live from Iota. They call it God's Country. Looking forward to seeing it for the very first time. The atmosphere is going to be second to none. Alex, you can speak on the atmosphere. They pack out the house, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Especially
so
for homecoming games.
looking for that
Homecoming.
game.
I don't know. They scheduled us for homecoming last year.
Quick question, Jordan. How'd you get that game? Because I thought they had their own.
They actually said that they would not do it this week in order to get us over there for the very first
Doesn't
time.
this one too?
Okay.
Doesn't
That's a treat
It's-
right there,
They,
dude.
yep.
St.
Oh,
Ed's at
it's
home.
St. Ed's.
That's a privilege right here.
I wouldn't. That's 2 teams, right? Like you
Two
never
teams we never covered before. First time going
add
to
on
the stadium.
add on a list.
Add on for sure. Final words this week. Great games are in store. We talked about a couple of them just now, and it's going to be some fun whenever we do the recap show Friday night, just talking about all the wows and all the concerns and all the all in the in between of who's in the lead of some of these district races and what will we get bashed for this week. So a lot
That'll
to
happen.
take for.
It never fails.
That'll happen.
It's a opinionated show, so we're wrong half of the time making some of these picks. So we have fun with it, and that's all we can do.
And that's all that matters.
No one is promised.
school football is
No
fun.
one's promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone does not have to be here. So I thank you guys for taking time out of your evenings, staying up late with us, and making some game picks with me this evening and every week. Thank you for coming back-to-back weeks. An honor to have you here, talk a little football with us. But for now, we sell off until tomorrow. And we say goodbye for now. Everyone enjoy the rest of your week. And safe travels going to these games. And athletes, remember, you never know when it's going to be your last down. And stay disciplined moving forward, because at a blink of an eye, it can all be taken away from you. So good luck to all the locals. Good luck to all the teams around the state of Louisiana. I look forward to seeing some of the scores. My name is Jordan Taylor. This was Alex Fontenot, Chris Esprit, Gary Swallow, Holden Lee, Enoch Grogy, Hayden Lazard.
Whatever.
Whatever. Now,
It don't matter.
just don't call me late for
It's an
lunch.
opinionated show.
Give him time. He'll figure it out. I'm
Remember,
living proof of it.
he's from Northwest. He's from Opelousas. He's from Port Barry. I'm from Port Barry. He's from Fontainebleau, Mandeville. He's from Beauchamp, and he's from LCA. We're from everywhere. This is not one singular based thing here, so a lot of opinions on this platform. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow night from Iota, Louisiana.
And Troy from St. James.
And
Troy from St. James.
God's Country tomorrow.
Oh, man.